So hello everyone, and welcome to what we're very excited to say is a new Guildgates and Goblins campaign. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be playing through the Lost Mine of Phandelver to start with, and then hopefully moving on to bigger and better things. Now, of course, you'll recognize many of the faces returning here today, but a couple of new people to introduce, of course. We're very happy to be joined by Lady May, who's going to be playing Milena, and we're very happy to be joined by Shalkowski, or Adam, who is going to be playing Ding as well. And you'll notice that we're in a new locale. We're very happy to be on our new home at 983 Productions, where my wonderful friend Mark is going to be handling all of the production and the editing, and basically all of the boring stuff, so we can focus on playing the game. Now, we are going to be playing Lost Mine of Phandelver. You will notice some slight narrative changes, like I've said, to build towards the future. And the campaign is going to be every 2 weeks. So we'll be alternating with our other awesome campaign, which is Descent into Avernus, which is currently run on Joel's channel, Runaway Robot. You can see him in one of these directions. And
one of these.
Just do them all and you can't get it wrong. But yes, you'll find a link down to his channel and the playlist of that full campaign. We're like nearly 30 episodes deep or something, I think. So go and check that out. Yeah. If you want to watch a playlist until the next video comes out, go and start watching that. However, we are here today to play Lost Mine of Phandelver. So we are going to be moving on afterwards, but for now, we're focusing on a story of treachery, goblins, and a lost mine. Now, our tale takes place in the Forgotten Realms, and our varied cast of characters, and some not even known to us yet, are all on the way to begin a seemingly simple task. Their mutual associate, Gundren Rockseeker, has asked them to escort a wagon of merchandise from the city of Neverwinter to the town of Phandelver, with each amongst them promised a modest sum upon the wagon's delivery. Gundren himself has ridden ahead, alongside the warrior Sildar Hallwinter, to prepare for the goods' arrival, and with a vague statement of having business to take care of. Now, Gundren was clearly excited, and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brothers had found something big, and that he'd pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting the supplies safely to Barthen's Provisions, a trading post in Phandelver. But it's not in some stuffy tavern or the back of a wagon in which we first join our heroes. It's a setting all the more bemusing. In fact, we join our heroes deep in slumber the night beforehand. They're all experiencing the same unsettling dream, or perhaps it's a vision of sorts. The cold void of the expanse before you, populated only by a simple clerk's desk, with a faceless figure robed in black sat behind it, feels all too real to dismiss as mere fancy. The stars themselves weave infinitely outwards from the invisible platform suspended here. Upon finally dragging your eyes away from this cosmic scene, you suddenly realize that you're not quite whole. Where once your body stood, instead you are simply a swirl of coalescing mist. The usual fear one would expect does not strike you, however. This place has a largely calming presence. After a moment, you adjust to your unusual surroundings, and naturally your focus falls onto the faceless clerk. His hooded visage rising to meet your gaze, he sets down his quill. Welcome. I imagine you must be somewhat shocked at the puzzling circumstance, or perhaps you will simply disregard our initial meeting as a dream. But welcome regardless. My name is Orlo. In time, I hope you come to view me as a friend. However, I'm afraid we must pertain to some business. Now, who is first amongst you? Let me see you more clearly. All of a sudden, one of the shades amongst you is suddenly yanked forwards. Floating in front of the table, Orlo is seated behind. You watch as the form coalesces and floods with color until a broad-shouldered half-orc stands before you. Craig, would you like to describe Ungor for us?
I can do, yeah. Ungor is a half-orc, as visible by his vivid green skin. His face is lined and scarred in places. His lower jaw slightly protrudes out, and you can just see the tips of his tusks rising above his lower lip. He stands just over 6 feet tall and has loose brown hair tied back into a tail and a thick brown beard across his jaw. He has a ragged assortment of clothing, a knee-length brown leather coat, threadbare and patched in places. His trousers are worn down, and his boots are dry and cracked. He wears a leather satchel at his side, and the only kind of element of note is on his left hand there are small pieces of string and leather ties that seem to affix a small purple gem onto his palm.
Clerk looks up towards you, Ungor, and says, "Ah, a spurned fellow, turned away by mere curiosity. That is a fate most unfair, would you not agree? It's of no matter, for I foresaw a similar dark tiding to what it is you found amidst those dusty tomes, but perhaps one day you and I shall speak of it in full. For now, I need know only what it is you truly desire, dear Ungor."
Oh, truly desire? Well, knowledge, I guess. To be all-knowing.
You see the shoulders of Orlo, this strange clerk, shudder a little, almost as though he let out a chuckle. He goes, "Knowledge is perhaps the greatest tool of all. Will you wield it in the light or dark, I wonder? It's of little import to me, but it is knowledge you shall have. Let this be a token of my appreciation, a reminder of the friendship we formed today. And let it one day sit upon the shelves that so cruelly turned you away." Orlo picks up one of the tomes littered across this strange desk and lifts it up to his formless face. A gust of mist issues forth from where you assume his mouth would be, and the dust billows off the tome. When the mist clears, a pristine leather-bound spellbook rests in his hand. The visible cover depicts a staff, clutched in a gauntleted hand, upon a shield embossed in gold. "Take it, Ungor, for it is my gift to you." And he holds the book out towards you.
My thanks, and I'd take the tome.
As soon as your hand touches the offered book, your form vanishes into the mist. Returned once more to a formless shade, you find yourself back amongst the others. Who next, I wonder? Let me have a look at you. This time, a different shade is pulled before the desk. It swiftly forms the image of a dragonborn, seemingly his very skin embellished with gems, clad in armor and emblazoned with the 7 stars of Saloon. Joel, would you like to describe Stone for us?
Yeah. So Stone is, we would consider a younger dragonborn. He's rather tall and lanky. The armor doesn't fit him very well. He seems to be mostly swimming in it, hopefully one day to grow into it. Small growths of purple stone form small ridges on the center line of his dragonborn head. Many of the crystal growths are small and rounded. He hopes desperately that they'll grow in time, and maybe one day he'll even have nice horns to go along with it. All of his stone coloration is this purple amethyst color. It deepens and darkens over some portions of his skin, much like an evening sky would. He wears his armor with the symbol of Saloon on it, and a shield emblazoned with a pair of eyes surrounded by 7 stars. He's a bit lanky and kind of hunches over somewhat, probably stands around, 5'10" right now. He's really hoping that he grows up one day.
Ah, a cleric of Saloon stands among us. Fear not, young man, for I will demand no blasphemy nor servitude from you. You have perhaps the most dangerous virtue of all those who stand here today, a selfless heart. Know that your appearance may define first impressions. It is your metal that will write your tale, Master Stone. So, for one so benevolent, what is it you truly desire?
Well, I've spent most of my life in the temple, and, well, all of it. And I've always kind of stood out a little bit, and people always look at me really funny. I kind of just want to belong somewhere.
Oh, a sadness that longs to belong, yet mixed with the drive to leave the world a better place than you found it. Fear not, for a protector shall always find a home. With this, Orlo raises a mist-shrouded hand and appears to tug briefly at the other. He opens his right palm to reveal a fully formed ring of gold, with a larger flat area upon the top. As you consider this rather plain-looking gift, a signet burns itself into the surface before your very eyes. An ornate amethyst set into a shield flanked by draconic figures. A crest for the crestless. Take it, Stone, for it is my gift to you.
He holds out both of his hands, shaking a little bit. This is very nice. Don't think I've ever gotten a gift like this before.
Orlo reaches out the hand holding the ring and tips it into your hands, and as soon as you touch the ring, your form dissipates just as you watched happen to the half-orc, and you find yourself back in line with the other shades.
Goodbye.
Now, on to the next. Again, another of the 5 shades is pulled forward, and this time it forms into the shape of a young wood elf, her well-crafted leather armor and tied-back hair giving her a somewhat refined appearance. May, would you like to describe Melina for us?
Yeah, so she's a fairly lanky wood elf. She's got thick, bushy brown, dark hair that she kind of has tied back in a way that is trying not to fall on her face. Whether that's always successful or not, it remains to be seen. Yeah, she stands fairly proud. She looks almost a little sad that she has to stand in line and do business. But she tries to bear it with a, customer service type smile.
And with this, Orlo looks up and meets your gaze and goes, an upstanding young woman born into a life many would desire. And he actually looks down and thumbs through some of these sheafs of paper written in a unusual glyphic language you've never seen before. He goes, but wait, another here is known to you. How unusual for my search to find 2 people already bonded. Perhaps a fine portent indeed. Yet, a longing for your own path burns within, does it not? Such a drive is most admirable. The courage to discard comfort is rarely found these days. So, my dear Melina, what is it you desire?
She kind of nervously looks around, who's been brought with her?
You've seen the others go up. You've seen Stone.
So I recognize. Okay. All right. So she's a little wary, but she's I just want to believe there's something more than what you're just born into. I don't want to just be another cog in the wheel sort of thing my whole life.
That's a fine pursuit, no doubt about it, and you'll certainly find there is more to life. Your path will be one wrought with danger and the risk of alienation, but perhaps this will ease the burden. And Orlo raises a hand above his head, where the mists form the shape of a fine blade, a duelist's rapier embellished with a gold inlay along the hilt. He offers to you the basketed hilt of the weapon.
What would you like in return for this? I don't have probably as much money to pay for that.
Oh, these are gifts given free. You'll find I have little use for them these days. I don't think I was ever a fine swordsman particularly, but this blade kept me safe in other ways. Let it light your way out of peril in the days to come.
She's confused at the thought of something just being given for free. She kind of hesitantly takes it, oh God, what am I getting into?
As your hand takes the basketed hilt of this beautiful rapier, you do also find yourself cast back to your non-corporeal form and returned in line with the others. Now, 2 of you remain. Who shall I speak to? Who do we have here? And this time the shade pulled forward almost seems to shrink until you realize it's forming the shape of a gnome. The strange clerk Orlo rises from his chair and peers over the desk. And Adam, would you like to describe Ding to us?
Sure. Ding is a very slim, gaunt gnome. Even for somebody in such a small stature, he seems to be like a stiff breeze could blow him over. Even though he is tiny, and he seems rather young in appearance, he's very kind of worn and wrinkled, seeming like he's got some age to him, kind of beyond his years. He's got some green hair, mustache, got a man bun going on. But for the most part, he's almost not there. He's that small and that thin.
So you stare up into the formless, swirling mists of Orlo, and you could almost swear for a moment that something giving you the feeling of a faint smile crosses along the mist. Is the eldest of many, already a hero in his own way. Ding Millibonk, it's a pleasure to meet you. You I have watched for the longest, so forgive me for considering you a friend already. Tell me, Ding, though I may know, what is it you truly desire?
Well, if there's one thing that I really want in this world, it's to create a better life for my family. They deserve it.
Of course. And you've already done so much. And will do what even your fascinating imagination couldn't conceive of. I will need your hand, if you will. And from this robed figure extends out a long sleeve with a mist-shrouded hand that at times you swear you could see some semblance of a human hand underneath, and he offers you his hand freely.
I take it?
As you take his hand, a jolt of pain briefly flashes through your palm. But that's not all. Suddenly you feel as though you're not alone. Looking down at your hand, you see the small image of a bird in some kind of brilliant white, branded upon your skin. And Ding, why don't you make me a nature check?
Oh.
First
okay.
roll, let's go.
Alrighty.
Let's go.
That's my specialty. Oh yeah.
That's a 5.
Ooh.
Nice.
With a 5, you're not sure what kind of bird this is. It looks like a fairly ordinary, perhaps songbird of some sort, but you're not sure. He goes, forgive the shock, but in life, Morgana served me as my closest friend. In fact, she's one of the few memories I have left of before. But enough about me. Please, give her life again, and I hope you form a bond that will carry you through what is to come. And as you're considering his words, you too find yourself cast away, back in line with the others. There's one more waits amongst you, and thank you for waiting so patiently. And finally, Kiva, you are pulled forward to the desk. To the others, the final shade takes the form of a young tiefling woman with a pinkish hue and quite a natural beauty about her. She stands proud and defiant before Orlo. Despite his lack of features, you could almost swear that Orlo is looking apprehensive for once. And you see him shudder as this unearthly laugh erupts from him. Like mother, like daughter. Don't look so shocked. Your mother was a fine fighter in her day, and her bloodline is strong within you. Give Navari my thanks when next you meet, for while our quest was ultimately unsuccessful, she gave me back my name, and I will be eternally grateful for that. You've been spurned all your life by those afraid of infernal whispers, but let the foolish live in fear. Tell me, Kiva, what is it you truly desire?
You knew my mama? I just want to make her proud. That's all I really want.
Of course. How could you not strive to impress her? You may be thinking she sent you away to quell the fire that burns inside, but I imagine that could not be further from the truth. Orlo clasps his hands together, and upon drawing them apart, the mists form a throwing javelin. With a streak of gold along the wooden haft resembling a thunderbolt, he takes it in both hands and offers it out to you.
Thank you very much. That's very sweet for you. And she'll reach out to it, grab it.
Just before you touch it, he pulls it away slightly and says, "This was your mother's once. I do not recall how it entered my possession, but let it cast down your enemies from afar once more." And as your hands clasp the haft of the javelin, you're thrown back once more to your formless state. Now that we've all made acquaintances, you may find yourself curious as to why I've invited you here. It is true that my aid is not without request. Many things are lost to me. I hear them call out, yet I know not even where I stand. I foresee your path crossing with one of these things, and ask only that you return it to me, so I might regain some of my former self. I shall hold you no longer, and with good fortune, our paths shall cross again. And with this, the vision dissipates, and you return to your sleep, where upon awakening, each one of you clasps the items handed to you by Orlo. Now, we'll allow you each to digest how you would react to this, and instead, we'll be joining Milena and Stone as they just meet up, ready to head to the south gate of Neverwinter to find Peter the guard, as instructed by Gudrun.
Stone will be clanking forward in his much too big arms and armor. Clank, 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 clank. Elena! Huh? Oh, good morning. Hello?
Morning.
You saw the... So that was a thing, right? Did that actually... Well, it must have actually happened. Look!
That was real. Okay.
He'll show off the ring rather proudly.
Are you wearing the ring?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Stone's stoked about this.
Yeah, Melina will have the rapier kind of like attached to her belt, so it's at her waist.
I saw that. I saw you get that too. That was so... Does this normally happen?
No, it's definitely an unusual contract.
Oh, do you think he wanted something? He just seemed to give everything away for free.
Well, we have to find... We did not get what he wanted. Did you hear an item that we're come across?
No, but I guess if we just collect everything, then one of those things must be the thing that he wants. So like this, maybe this rock here picks up a little rock from the streets of Neverwinter, a treasure in its own.
I like where your head's going.
Rather smooth.
Maybe not that rock.
Oh. Well, I think it's rather nice.
Well, you can
put it in his pocket.
Nice. You now have a rock. You can add a rock to your inventory.
So, nicely, a weather-worn, smooth rock.
Well, as you place the rock in your pocket, your hand brushes against something else, which you remember is the note that you were given by Gudrun, which instructs you to find a guard named Peter, who's holding the wagon for you at the south gate, and he's been briefed on who to expect.
Oh, that's right. So, do you know Peter? Supposed to go meet him? No?
Just kind of like points. Aren't we like right by him?
Well, you're sort of a distance away from the gate, and you're not sure who Peter is. You just have a name.
Peter?
I imagine they would be where the wagons are. It's a bit crowded in here.
No. Sorry, I don't really know how all of this caravanning goes.
Well, it's fine. It won't be too formal, so don't worry. It definitely won't be as...
Do I need to know how to ride a horse? I don't know how to ride a horse. Or drive a carriage. I don't know how to drive a carriage either.
Well, we can learn on the way.
Oh, I do like learning.
So as you head towards the south gate, you see that this is a very, very busy gate of Neverwinter. It's huge. There's easily enough room for 3 carriages to pass by each other side by side here. And it does come with its fair contingent of the city watch as well. You notice that there are 2 guardsmen stationed on each side of the gate, one at the sort of entrance and one at the exit if you're looking from the city side. So you can see 4 in total on the ground, but manning the walls above are many, many others. What would you like to do?
Wave at them. Good morning, Saloon bless you. Good morning, Saloon bless you. And he will say it to every one of them individually.
So you're walking around in the gate, sort of dodging between carriages, blessing these guards.
Of course.
Each one of them sort of, thank you, son. Saloon bless you as well. Just watch out. You're going to play in traffic here, mate.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Just a little excited today. Just a little excited. Sorry, Milena, I'm coming back.
She's kind of like, if any of like the guards just kind of like walk by after like his interactions. It's first day.
First day. It's my first day. I've never left Neverwinter before.
The guard in the corner nearest to you inside the city walls is just kind of politely listening to you and making no attempt to hide the fact that he is politely listening to you. He's sort of looking at you with a, okay,
You're
all
so
right.
polite.
And he's got this sort of like pot kettle hat and a halberd, and he's slowly sagging more and more into the halberd as you keep talking to him.
It's a beautiful day for an adventure.
It is. We should use all this energy to find Peter.
Oh, right, Peter. Sorry. I'll stick close to you, I think. He'll come over to Milena. Milena's taller than he is right now, and so he'll just like slip an arm into her. Whisper to her, I did pack some snacks for later. Honeyed buns.
Best ever.
Right. So, shh. We don't have to share with anyone. Maybe Peter, though. He seems nice.
Maybe.
Wherever he is. Who is he?
Now, looks.
Yeah. Do we see anyone that has a name that
the
says
guard
Peter
that's been incredibly tiresomely listening to you is like, do you say you were looking for Peter?
Yes.
Oh, praise Torm. That's not me. He's on the other side. And he just gestures to his counterpart on the left side of the gate. It's like, that's him over there. You can get whatever you want.
We were so
from him.
close. I almost had it.
Oh, yes. What a shame. I'm sure we'll get to talk about your adventures in the future.
Have a wonderful day. Saloon bless you. And then hurriedly, forgetting that he's like attached to Milena with his arm through, will drag her across the road. Yeah.
So you approach the guard on the other side of the gate, and he's not been paying any attention at all with this busy stream of carriages in between the two of you. He's been keeping an eye on the carriages and generally seems a little bit more with it than the prior guard you spoke to. And he eyes you approach, and he goes, I'm going to guess that our mutual friend has sent you here for the wagon. Is that right?
Peter?
Yes, that's right. That's me.
Yeah.
We're going on an adventure. We're taking the caravan. And I'm leaving Neverwinter for the very first time.
Never been out of Neverwinter?
No, I've really never been so much out of the temple. I think this is the furthest I've been from it.
Gundren told me that you lot were mercenary guards.
It's not my first day, just...
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
An
Just
apprentice of sorts, yeah, all right.
Yes.
I was going to say.
I'll be useful. Don't worry. I know things.
Well, you're going to Phandelver, aren't you?
Yes. Is that where we're going, Milena?
Yes, that's where we're going.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
The trip there is mostly down the high road. That's safe enough. Anyway, he told me there was going to be 5 of you, so I don't know if you want to wait around or whatever. The wagon is just in the guard station house around the corner. I'll get it out for you, but I'm afraid it's yours from there. In fact, I'll go do that now while you wait for your friends. And he
No problem.
starts walking off around the corner. At which time, a gnome begins to approach the guardhouse, having seen this discussion take place. And Ding, you make your way up to the group.
Greetings. You guys were sent by Gundren, right?
Were we sent by Gundren?
Yes, we were. You're here for the caravan escort?
Yeah, he mentioned to show up here and we'll kind of make some scratch on the side. I'm assuming you guys are well equipped, right?
Mm-hmm.
Finest arms and armor in Neverwinter, provided by Milena's family.
Okay.
And I'm sure I'll grow into all of it.
Nice. That's great. If you look at Ding, he is very lightly armored, wearing super scraggly, poor clothing. He kind of sticks out. Doesn't seem like he's necessarily all set for a type of trip like this. But he'll just say, well, pleasure to meet you guys. I hope we can have some safe travels. Is anybody else showed up yet?
We're the first so far. Carriage is being pulled around and we just got a couple more.
And at this point, Peter the guard does indeed return with the wagon. You see it is pulled by 2 oxen at the front. It's quite a simple cart with loaded up with goods with a small tarpaulin covering the back. And he brings it around to you and he says, well, you can wait for the rest of you by the side here, but she's yours now as far as I'm concerned. 2 more of you, I believe. And at this point, Ungor, you see this as you approach, and you notice a group of strangely familiar people by the side of the road, along with a wagon.
Wait, that's right. The little
Sure,
one
well-
and then the big one.
So I would walk up and say, I imagine we're all here for the same reason.
Yes.
Were we
I-
all in the
I-
dream for the same reason?
That's why I recognize you guys? Okay, I thought I was going crazy. I don't
Yeah.
really get much sleep, so. Huh. Strange.
But yes, we're going on an adventure.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, it's outside of Neverwinter. That seems like an adventure to me.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
As
But
you're
I-
somewhat stunned by the recognition, Kiva, as the last to arrive, you begin making your way towards the tower.
You would actually see Kiva like turning back. You actually hear her before you see her, and she will be just shouting backwards as she's like stamping through the ground, and that'll teach you to not give me any eggs in the morning. That's very important for me. She's stomping the way through and making her way and trying to see, you know, where she is. She's probably not looking where she's going. And then she notices, I would say, like the rest of the group. Is this where we have to be? You were there last night, right? Is that right?
It seems that we've all been drawn together.
Well, this is where Mama wants me, and this is where I'm gonna be. Those terrible tavern people. Ugh. Never again.
Do we want to know these tavern people?
At this point, you hear a voice pipe up behind you. Do I want to know what happened in the tavern? Bearing in mind I am a member of the City Watch of Neverwinter?
Hearing that, Kiva would just like, you know, probably sit up straight and kind of like think, nope, there's nothing happened.
Right.
We have a job to do. We should go
Yes,
there.
and I'm not one to be pushy, but, you know, I am bending the rules a little bit for Gundren here. If you could take the cart and, you know, get on your way, or at least move it somewhere that isn't here, that would be of a great help to me.
Does anyone know how to drive a cart?
I'm
I don't.
sure I can figure it out. I'm pretty good at.
I mean, I don't have proficiency with land vehicles, but I'm sure.
Land vehicle.
That's what it
That is the
I
proficiency in
know.
land vehicles.
I can't drive a
meme.
tank, but
Well, would you like to give it a go? Would you like to see if you can make heads or tails of it?
I guess I will try.
Why don't you roll me animal handling to see how you get on with the oxen?
Okay. Fine.
We get on.
Easy,
We get on well.
easy there, Bessie.
There
Is
we go.
anybody else also? There is definitely seats for 2 drivers at the front.
I guess Ding will hop up with him.
Why did you roll me animal handling as well, Dave?
All right, over under 5. Place your bets.
Yeah, there's been a lot of 5s so far.
Oh,
17. Okay, so you guys climb up into the driver's seat. What are the rest of you doing?
I think Stone will take up whatever the same side is that Milena is on and just is uncomfortably close the entire
Yeah,
time.
there's definitely some sort of spaces and gaps you can sit amongst the goods in the back.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
not a problem at all.
And he will use his psionic mind to send a brief telepathic message to her, which I believe she's probably pretty used to.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird that we all had the same dream. It's very odd. But I like her name is, I think, Kiva? She has very nice horns. I'm gonna tell her, Kiva, you have such wonderful horns. I hope one day that I get some.
Oh.
What?
And she actually just she starts crying. She'll
I'm
just
sorry.
start-
Did I say something wrong?
No one's ever said anything kind about my horns before. It's
Well, they have such a
Yes.
delicate curl in the way that they point.
Kiva's like hearing that she's a little overwhelmed. She's gonna like probably knock out. She doesn't like anyone see anyone crying, so she's gonna like grab onto the caravans like the just right at the exit. I'm like assuming it like has an open.
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
of course.
exit.
It has an open
Just-
back.
Yeah, open back. She's gonna grab onto like one of the sides, and then she's gonna like grab her new javelin and just kind of twirl it, but like look out from that instead of like being in the caravan.
Well, as you're sitting on the edge of the caravan, you're nearly launched out of it at the incredibly rocky start to driving this thing that your companions manage. But eventually, Ding gets the hang of it, and Ungor sort of cedes control largely.
I warmed up for you, that's all.
Sure, you warmed up the ox.
And the oxen begin to trot forward, and they enter the somewhat busy traffic of the southern gate of Neverwinter, and you make your way outside onto the high road. And at this point, several of the carts do disperse into sort of satellite roads around Neverwinter, but for you, it is heading south along the high road. Now, you will be traveling this road for a few days, as you've been made aware. So is there anything you would like to be doing as you set out, or would you simply be traveling quietly?
Ding is going to bring out his new animal companion as he looks down at his hand.
So Ding, you hold your palm outwards, and you're still kind of trying to grasp what's happened here and what you were told. And as you do, it's almost like a small amount of mist seems to protrude from the brand on your skin. It forms itself into the shape of a bird, which, upon being realized, is far easier to recognize, and is a magpie. It sits in your hand and eventually is fully formed. The bright blue and white of its wings shine out, and it looks up at you and, with no small element of surprise, and immediately flies away.
Well, you've lost it already, I'm afraid.
Wait, just wait a second. Morgana? That's your name, right?
Upon saying this, you notice the bird hovering some distance away from you, flapping its wings, staring at you with a beady stare. It slowly comes back and sits just on the seat of the wagon next to you, regarding you with no small amount of suspicion.
All right. I respect it. I don't know you either, but I'm sure. Do I have like any feed or any like kind of trail mix or something like that?
Well, I don't know. Would you have packed any sort of trail mix? I mean, you have rations, but that's largely sort of, preserved meats and fruits and nothing particularly bird friendly.
I feel like I could probably break off just a small couple strands of like fruit.
Yeah.
Just kind of put it in a little pile next to me and just play the game that you play with animals where you slowly just, let them get closer and closer.
Yeah, so eventually as you're trundling along on this wagon, you notice the magpie does appear to be taking these strands of dried apricot from the seat next to you, and instead of eating them, seems to just be piling them up behind herself, as she's pretty much just stealing your food at this point, but she seems to be having fun doing it.
All right. I mean, that's definitely a start to this relationship. Sure. Those are yours now.
She'll just happily sit and guard her dried apricot.
Okay.
In the back still, I think Stone leans into Milena. I don't think Kiva likes me very much. I was just trying to give her a little compliment. But I can't wait anymore. Honeyed buns. And he's going to reach into his little pack and pull out some thick honeyed buns. And he will hand one to Milena and bless it. May Saloon bless you on this day, and you enjoy your honeyed bun. And he will confer the vigilant blessing through the honeyed bun, which will allow Milena advantage on any initiative roll for your next initiative roll. I don't think he knows that's what it does, but he's just like, I blessed the food. This is for you now.
The blessed buns.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as you are trundling along, Ungor, in your somewhat calamitous attempt to get the reins on this thing, you didn't notice that, in fact, you seemingly are sitting on something on the seat of the wagon, and upon having a rummage, you find it to be a leather-bound map case, a sort of soft leather pouch to fold a map into. You get it out, and you see that Gundren has actually provided you with a somewhat very nicely made map of the area, which you'll be able to see now on your screens. And you see that Phandelver appears to be a short distance down the Triboar Trail, which you'll have to make the turn onto.
Okay, so as I sort of draw out this map, I say, hang on, everyone. I think we've been left a map
So you guys in
sort
the
of-
back, because of the arched covering of this wagon, you can see through to Ungor and Ding if they sort of like look over their shoulders.
Here, Stone, why don't you, well, after you've wiped your hands a bit from the stickiness, why don't you look after the map? You seem like the sort who knows the lay of the land. I'll give him a big elaborate wink as I say that.
It takes it completely seriously. You think? Yeah, of course. I won't let you down, Ungor. This is wow. Elena, he trusted me with a map. Now let's take a look.
Stone, you see a few markings on here. You see the Sword Mountains and Phandelver and the Mere of Dead Men, Neverwinter Wood, and all of these are, well, quite new locations to you.
I don't like the sound of the Mere of Dead Men, Milena. That sounds quite awful.
Yes, we don't necessarily need to go there now, this trip.
Sure, of course. Yes, right. Phandelver, Triboar Trail, High Road. This should be easy enough. There really only seems to be one way to go. Just turn left when we see a left.
It's the idea. Yeah. Get the hang of it.
We're going to be taking a left when you see a left.
Well, I think that there'll be a lot of smaller. We should maybe. I'm sure there'll be a
Ungor,
sign.
even from where you are, you can see numerous trails where carts and travelers are seemingly heading into Neverwinter Wood or smaller villages located along the way. It's not a particularly helpful instruction.
Don't worry, Stone. I'll keep an eye out for the left turn, but I think we've got a bit of traveling to do first.
Oh, right. Oh, yes. Okay. If I use does it have a scale on it? Can I measure distances?
The map does not have a scale.
Shoot.
I would say at this point, Kiva would probably come back inside from her edge, and you'd see her like just wiping away kind of just some of the streaks, and there's actually like kind of probably layers of dirt that are gonna be like wiped.
She hates me.
Stone, was it? That was your name?
Yes. I'm sorry about earlier. I didn't realize that you'd be so mad about the whole horns thing. I just thought they were lovely, and
you weren't trying to like tease me, right? Like you weren't trying to like lie and get me all excited about it.
No, you have nice horns, and I want horns one day too, and I hope they grow to be as beautiful as yours. And don't hate me.
I don't hate you. I'm not used to compliments where I'm from. People don't like my horns. So Mom says say thank you when someone tells you a compliment. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And Elena, I was going to save these for later, but I feel like if we really want to make friends with these, does anyone else want a honeyed bun? And he's going to hand one to Kiva, and then like reach forward and try to hand one to Ungor and Ding.
Oh, I would say no, thanks very much.
I will take that. Do you have any more?
Milena will like kind of break hers, like Aladdin with like Abu, just kind of like.
Yeah. No, that's actually it. I took them from the temple kitchen this morning before leaving. Shh, I'm very sneaky.
I will never tell anybody if I get to fill my stomach, so I will take this. Thank you.
Yes.
Eat them while they're still a little bit warm.
Kiva's gonna look down at the map, and she's going to like see the area that she's from, and she's had a long travel. And like, if you need help with this, I think I can figure it out from where I came.
Well, we're supposed to go to Phandelver, which is here. Immediately smudges it with some honey. And they were supposed to take a left onto Triboar Trail, but it looks like there's a lot of lefts. But only the map shows one. So how do we know which one it is? And there's not even a scale here. I don't know how far it is.
There'll be a sign, Stone. Don't worry.
There'll be a... Oh, okay. Thank you. That seems smart.
Now, at this point, we'll say that you guys have been traveling for about half a day, and it's a couple of days' ride, even to the Triboar Trail, before you start approaching Phandelver. However, you do see the carts have thinned out at this point. There's definitely less travelers on the road. You've been passing a few here and there, but most of them are speeding away towards their destination. However, you do see one approaching in the distance. One that looks quite similar to yours. It appears to be a sort of simple wagon for transporting goods, although this one appears to have a foldable sort of ornus for a shop on the side of it. What you do see is that this wagon is in some quite brutal disrepair. The awning is slashed, the wheels are wonky, you can hear it rattling from where you are already, and instead of riding upon it, a single rather dejected-looking merchant just pulls the reins of the oxen in front of it. Would you like to do anything?
Well, yeah, I guess as we were getting closer, Unger would call out and say, "Ho! You okay there?"
He pulls the reins on his oxen to ease them up, and he looks up to you and goes, "Ho there. Returning home to Neverwinter. Much the worse of when I left."
What happened?
What didn't? I've been down to Phandelver, and, well, my trading expedition didn't exactly go as planned.
So your cart doesn't always look like that.
He sort of looks up at his cart and looks back at you in disbelief and goes, "No, it doesn't."
What happened? What
Ugh.
was it one big bad thing? Just
Stay clear of that bloody place. It's been run over by brigands and crooks. What wasn't scammed or stolen from me, I might as well have left in the bloody ground. They just took everything.
The people in Phandelver took everything?
Yeah, if you can call them that.
Milena, where are we going?
Good question.
I thought this was going to be a nice little mining town.
Oh, it was a mining town once. It's not that anymore. The mine's been gone a long time. That's generations past. Now, there's nothing good to be found there. Turn back if you go in there, I'd say.
Do you know a Gundren?
Gundren?
Is that the right name, Milena?
Can't say the name's particularly familiar. Why do you ask?
This is who we're running the goods for, and we're supposed to meet him there.
Well, if your friend's already gone there, I'd maybe hurry up in that case, because he's probably going to be needing a hand dealing with the locals. Look, Phandelver's not that bad, all right? There's good people there, but just some wrong-uns have moved in, and I think they're running a bit of a racket on the town.
That's good advice, I guess. Thank you. Unfortunately, we're still probably going to go there.
Wait. Before we move on, though, kind of leans into everyone. Do we have like a spare wheel or something? Can we right his cart a little bit? Do we need all the spares? Do we have spares? I don't know how this cart thing works, but I feel like we should help.
Would you like to search around the back for a spare wheel?
Uh-huh.
Make me an investigation check.
Oh, that's not good.
Milena would help.
You can do it with advantage then.
Yes.
I would like to help this little gent, but we have a job to do, and these things are sent to be delivered in full.
16 with the assistance.
With a 16, you do find, actually on the underside of the carriage, there is a spare wooden wheel lashed in place there. Whether or not that would be significant enough to aid this gentleman's journey is of dispute, as he is managing to trundle along and his cart looks to be in quite terrible nick.
We have a spare wheel, sir. Would that assist you in any way?
The only way that'd assist me is taking it and selling it to recoup my losses in Neverwinter. I appreciate your offer, but look, I'm only a day's walk out, and I just want to be home to my wife and kids, to be honest. But thank you regardless.
All right. Good luck to you then.
Yeah, and to you. You're going to need it more than me.
Saloon bless you.
Yeah, something like that. Then he starts trudging his cart away.
Elena, I'm not really very excited about arriving in Phandelver anymore.
At least now we're prepared. We've got time to prepare. At least, we're not going to be surprised when we get there that this could happen to us.
Yeah, I suppose that's one way to look at it. You always look on the brighter side of things. Thank you.
So, for the journey to the entrance to the Triboar Trail, you are about a day and a half's ride out, and there are multiple places to camp overnight by the side of the road. There's some sort of popular rest stops, if you like, where traveling merchants and caravans do sort of cluster together as they sleep the night for safety's sake. Or you could just push on and sort of take it in shifts driving the cart. The choice is yours. What would you like to do?
Well, if it's of any assistance, becoming a acolyte of Saloon, I can see in the dark really, really well. So,
You've mentioned Saloon a couple times.
yes.
I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. Is that a friend of yours?
No, Saloon is our goddess, the Lady of Silver, the Moon Maiden, she who guides.
Oh.
Any of these
Oh,
things?
I've heard about some gods. I just didn't know that was one of them.
Yes, and he'll like put the shield out and put it in front here and point at the eyes with the stars surrounding. And this is her crest, and she's quite lovely. Let all on whom her light falls be welcome if they desire to be so. As the silver moon waxes and wanes, so too does all life. Trust in her radiance, and know that all love alive under her light shall know her blessing. Turn to the moon, and she will be your true guide.
Right. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I just thought that was another name for a bar. Was the saloon? So, good for you.
No, sorry. Anyways, I have been blessed with some minor gifts of being able to see in the night. If you do want to press forward, I can see quite far. I could try and drive the cart, or we could take a break.
I think it'd probably be safer to stop in the rest stops. If that man on the road said he's been attacked in Phandelver, maybe we should just play it safe.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean with Ungor. I'm really desperate for this dough, so taking chances is just not in the cards for me.
Well, that gent did say that it's quite a mess, and I'm a little worried about Grender now, being there all by himself lonesome. What if something would happen to him if we take a break?
So Gundren, you do know, did set out the day before you with Sildar. So, yeah, I mean, you would be adding time to that gap, if you like.
I also have pretty good eyesight. I would rather press on and make sure that we get these goods to him as quickly as possible.
I could also take a shift as well. I can see in the dark too. We can at least spread it out so we're not, exhausted in the morning.
All right, I've been driving all day, so if somebody just wants to tag on, sure, go right ahead.
Take a sleep in the back, and we'll do it in nice little shifts, 2 hours or so.
Sure.
Okay, so you guys drive in shifts throughout the day and a half or so that's remaining. You did set out in the morning, so by the time you make it to the turnoff to the Triboar Trail, it's sort of becoming the morning of a couple of days later. And we'll say that you're all awake now because dawn has broken and you're aware that you have come to turn off. As Ungor correctly predicted, it was quite visibly signposted, as this is while the Triboar Trail isn't as busy as the high road, this is a well-known trader's route, and there's often markers and the like along the pathway to help fellow traders. So the markings are clear. You turn down the Triboar Trail, and immediately the road becomes a little bit less well-trodden. Instead of the vast expanse of the high road to Neverwinter up the coast, You are now wending your way through kind of lowland forest and even some dense wood in spots as well. As you progress through the Triboar Trail, you do eventually come to a bend in the road. And upon entering this bend, you see something that is somewhat disconcerting to you. You notice 2 horses lay in the middle of the road. Unfortunately, these horses are most certainly dead. Black feathered arrows protrude from them in multitude. And the woods press close to the trail here with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side. You've stopped as soon as this was evident to you, so we'll say you're 20 or 25 meters out, and you can see the shafts of these arrows now. What would you like to do?
Milena would jump out of the cart and kind of...
Milena, as you do that,
Prep.
make me a perception roll.
15.
The rapier at your side, seemingly glowing with a faint red aura.
Well, that's new.
You can't really see it unless you pull it from the scabbard, but from your perspective, you can see down into it, and there's definitely a sliver of light emanating there.
As she's like walking, kind of like keeping an eye on tree line, she'll take out the sword, so it's kind of like in her peripheral vision to then bring it up to look at it.
Yeah, as you draw the sword, it's under no doubt anymore. Your rapier is seemingly glowing with an ethereal red light that appears to be growing somewhat in intensity as you approach the horses.
Kiva, is that normal? What our sword is doing?
I was
Stone-
just about to ask you that.
Stone, seeing as what you've been studying, you can make me an Arcana check to see if you recognize anything.
I'm not very smart in that way, but let's see if I can do what. This is 18.
18. You've heard some of the scholars at the temple, and in some of the lectures where you didn't listen so much, perhaps, describe enchantments that can warn of certain dangers. And it just pops into your head that this might be one of those.
Milena, watch out! The sword, it's telling you there's something bad here.
How loud do you say that?
Loud. And like he's like clanked out of the carriage now as like he realizes it, and so clank down in the back of the carriage and comes running around the sides. Milena, be careful!
He just kind of turns
As you clank down from the carriage, you do hear some voices emanate from the bushes. And you hear, in no uncertain terms, a voice screech out, "Ah! We've been rumbled, boys! Get him!" And I'll put you on the battle map where you can place yourselves down on the left-hand side.
Been hoodwinked.
This episode of Lost Mine of Phandelver is sponsored by BCW Supplies, our go-to source for protecting our prized collectibles. From cards to comics to coins, BCW Supplies has top-tier options to store, protect, and show off your rarest gems. Head over to bcwsupplies.com and use the code ISP10 to get 10% off of your whole order. BCW Supplies. Protect, store, display. Okay, so we are now in combat. Level 1 combat. Exciting times.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, with the first turn of the campaign, why don't you take us away?
Alrighty. I'm going to use my movement. I'm going to move 30 feet to just south of this tree. And then I'm going to say some mean things. I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery.
Nice. Which goblin are you targeting?
I'll target the one next to the head of the horse. So
Okay,
that one, right?
this one here? Yep.
Yep. And I will say, well, you guys sure are dumb. You shouldn't beat a dead horse.
Yikes. And what save is that from me?
That is going to be a
Wisdom
saving
There we
throw,
go.
or take no.
The goblin rolls a natural 20.
Well,
Oh,
it wasn't
He's
a
a
very good
wise
insult.
boy.
Yeah.
He goes,
That's-
"We didn't beat the horse. He was already dead."
He's already dead.
You got a point. And I will just try to kind of sneak bash and like Homer Simpson my way into this bush behind me.
All right. So next up, anything else or?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Kiva, you're up.
Oh, finally, some combat. And she's gonna move all the way up, I guess, like right in front of Melina. And she'll be like, well, this is new. I have it, I'm gonna use it. She's gonna chuck a javelin.
Nice.
To the first guy in the very front. So
Okay.
23.
23 certainly hits.
All right. For 8 piercing damage.
So that javelin smashes him in the thorax and he is sent flying backwards. However, you notice, I assume you threw the javelin that Orlo gifted to you.
Yes, I did.
You notice that as he is mid-flying back, as he's being lifted off his feet, the javelin vanishes from his chest and reappears in your hand.
Oh,
Sick.
mama, that's a great gift.
And
I
he
understand.
is undoubtedly very dead on the floor. All right, anything else?
No, she's not gonna go to rage.
All right.
She's gonna chill.
Malena, it's your turn.
Melina is very impressed by this javelin. She's like, nice. She's gonna drop the rapier and pull out her short bow, and she's gonna hit this boy.
Okay. Roll an
There.
attack.
18,
18, that hits. Roll your damage.
7.
Yep. Again, the arrow thuds into this goblin's chest. He tried to raise this small leather targe he has, but it just thunk straight over it and catches him right in the neck, and he drops dead to the floor. Anything else?
She's gonna stay where she is. She's good.
Okay.
Wow, Melina, good shot.
Stone, you are up.
Guys, everyone, hey, this is a lot of violence. Maybe we should give them a chance to run away. Run away, goblins, please. Run away. Elena, you killed them. You both killed them.
I'm not sorry.
I would like to persuade them to run.
Okay. Make me. Are you trying to? Well, I assume you're not trying to intimidate.
Not intimidating,
Stone, but
But I mean, like, they do have their dead friends around them, so if it is more...
you can attempt to make a.
Intimidating.
You can roll persuasion or intimidation. I'll let you choose.
It's the same bonus. I'll just roll persuasion. It is a 13.
Okay. There's no
Please run away.
immediate response from either of them, but the one to the south is certainly looking jittery. He's kind of barely grasping onto this wicked, cruel, curved blade he's holding, and he keeps glancing down at his friend who just got an arrow to the throat, and he's
Yeah.
certainly considering his options.
Is that my action, DM?
I think so. Yeah. If you're properly talking to him like that.
Yes, absolutely. And like have a hand on Melena, like, please stop murdering them.
Okay. So that goblin's dead. This one is going to. How far can he make it? Let's find out. Not quite far enough. So he is going to actually move behind one of the dead horses and kind of hunker down for a little bit of cover. And he's going to fire his short bow at. Oh, it's new tokens. I need to figure out who's who. Kiva, he's going to fire his short bow at you. And that is going to be a 14 to hit.
That hits.
All right. And that is going to be for 5 slashing damage
Ow.
as an arrow just thuds into your leg there. He goes, we can do it to you too.
My knee.
It does extra damage if you make arrows in the knee jokes.
It's worth it. I'll take an extra point.
Oh no.
And
Statistics.
that goblin's going to end his turn. The other remaining goblin is going to be like, yeah, that's smart. I like that. And he's going to get behind the dead horse as well and
Run away.
fire at... Ooh, I mean, Kiva, I'm sorry, you're the obvious target. He's going to
Okay.
fire at you as well
Run away.
for a 23 to hit and
That
8
will also-
points of piercing damage.
Kiva goes down because she
As
chooses
this
to joke.
time,
Wow.
you take an arrow to the chest, and the rest of you just see Kiva crumple to her knees and sag to the floor.
Oh no.
Because got one back. How many more's there? Ungor, your turn.
Okay, well, I'll move forward, and I'll aim at the one that just downed Kiva and try and hit him.
So
with
just so you
fireball.
know, these guys are making pretty good use of this dead horse cover and will be slightly harder to hit.
I imagine so. But for me, that's
That's not a
nothing.
roll.
Never mind. Hold on, I clicked on the wrong bit. A 19.
A 19 hits. You manage to just finger gun the firebolt over the horse and slam the goblin in his head. And he screams out as the firebolt lights this sort of like greasy mess of black hair on fire. And you hear him screaming and patting it out. And he's like, oh, but he's just dropped his weapon. Was that on the northmost goblin?
Whatever one, I think it was the southmost one because that's the one that downed Kiva.
Yes, it is. Yeah, okay. So the southmost goblin, he is looking terrible. He sort of has this scorched, burnt hair, and he's still patting out little embers. Anything else?
No, that is my turn.
All right, Ding, you're up.
All right. I'm just gonna yell out to Stone, "Hey, wake up! This is the real world. Get out of fantasy land." And I will do healing word to Kiva.
This isn't a fantasy setting. Shut up.
And I will just say, "Hush, little baby, don't you cry."
Keep it takes
Ding
damage.
Ding takes the death. Yeah, Kiva takes the death save. No, so I will cast healing word.
All right, roll your heal.
There it is.
7, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, so Kiva, you quickly regain consciousness as your head is about to hit the floor, and you notice the wound is closing up and the arrow pushed out, and all of a sudden you are rather miraculously back to life.
Okay, I'm a little sorry.
Anything else, Ding?
I could technically. I still have my action, so can I run up onto this?
If you have your movement, you can do it, and action. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to.
So you want to get up that embankment?
Yes.
If you're trying to directly climb up it, I'm going to need probably an athletics check from you.
Acrobatics.
I don't think you can. It's pretty high. I don't think you can jump that, being a 3-foot gnome.
One.
That's a 1. So you run as fast as you can at this sort of 6-7 foot embankment and try to scramble up, and unfortunately your footing falls and you just slide to the bottom. But we'll say you successfully reach the bottom of the embankment.
Okay, that's probably not. No, that's not gonna cut it. I'm just going to just end my term in shame.
Okay, you kind of just see Dig brushing dirt off his trousers, like, yep. All right, Kiva, you are up, and it's your turn.
All right. Well, Kiva's gonna, I guess.
Well, I say
Kiva's
up.
gonna go
Remember, it's half your movement to get up.
Oh, yeah, it's half her movement. She's gonna stand up, but as she does, you can like see her kind of arms and stuff bulging, and she's gonna go into a rage as her bonus action.
Darn tootin'.
And she's gonna just, you see each footprint that she does puts a little bit of like an impression on the ground as she just chunks going towards them with half her movement speed. And then she's gonna be like, "You flapping bear goblins," and take her javelin, chuck it.
Which one are you throwing it at?
The first one that she saw that hit her.
So the
one
first
at the
one who hit you is the northernmost one, yeah.
Yeah,
The second one is the one who's just had a emergency fire haircut.
Yeah.
Okay. You can roll your attack.
Okay.
10. So unfortunately, somewhat sort of beleaguered from your recent injury, the javelin just sails over the top and you hear it thunk as it hits one of the trees behind. But then it does indeed flash back to your hand afterwards.
You, how dare you? That's our turn.
All right, Malena, it is your turn.
All right. She's like, this now, Stone, they meant us harm. Okay, this is my job now. And then she's gonna take a step, and she's gonna draw her bow, but she is going to ready in action until either one of them fires at them. So she won't
So she's going to
Initiate the
return
attack.
fire if they attack.
She'll return fire.
Okay. Stone.
Yeah, as Milena runs away. But what do I do? All right. Sorry. And he will cast Sacred Flame across. Saloon, bless you. To the south one. 1 point of damage if it hits, and I think it is his reluctance.
Dexterity saving throw is a 14. What's your DC?
It's a 12.
12, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so the Sacred Flame sort of just apparates out of the air next to his head. He's like, not again! And he sort of manages to flinch away.
I think Stone has his eyes closed when he does it, because he doesn't want to see whatever the result might be.
He's like, not again! No! He sort of flinches away.
Oh no, I missed!
Stop it! Why do you keep lighting me on fire? Use a sword!
Oh no, I'm sorry, group, I missed.
All right. So it is turn of the goblins. Now the southernmost one first, who is not looking good. He's dropped his weapons at this point, and he's just managed to extinguish his burning scalp. He is gonna run, and towards this sort of foliage surrounding the embankment, he's just gonna throw himself on the floor and go, no more, okay? I'm sorry. And he's gonna throw himself down on the floor. Now, the other one above him is going to go, pathetic. Clark could have your head for that. And he's going to stand up and fire an arrow. Kiva, you love putting yourself in the open, but he's going to fire an arrow at you, Ungor, seeing as you so rudely attacked them.
Let him try.
And that is 19 to hit. These goblins are snipers. For 5 points of piercing damage. As this crudely fletched black arrow slams into your arm. Owie.
Means Milena would return fire.
Indeed, you can roll your attack.
17.
That hits.
9.
He is obliterated. So he sort of stands up and lets loose this shot, and you hear Ungor grunt out in pain, and then you just hear the whoosh and wet thud of an arrow impacting this goblin's head, and he is instantly killed. And with the seeming surrender of the other goblin, that draws combat to a close.
Don't hurt him. He surrendered.
His mate just hit me and they downed Kiva.
Kiva seems fine. She's fine. Look at her. She just seems very angry.
Towards him.
No, please.
He did surrender. He did surrender.
Don't do it.
Kiva, as you stomp up to this goblin who's still sort of prone on the floor, face down in this sort of shrubbery, he hears you approaching, and you visibly see him look up and then look down again very quickly as he's just completely playing dead in front of you.
Playing dead.
But he's very bad actor. You saw him look up, look you in the eyes, and then go, nope.
Kiva, we can question him or something. Don't hurt him. Just maybe let him stay there.
Kiva will. She'll take. There's the arrow that's in her knee because it was worth it, and she will pull it out, break it, throw it on him, and turn and stomp back to her friends.
You see him visibly wiggle to get the arrow off his back and then go back to playing dead.
Stone will run over to replace where Kiva was. Are you all right? Are you okay down there? Hey, sorry about all the mess. What's going on here? What do you don't? We know you're not dead.
I am dead.
You're talking to me right now.
No, I'm not. I'm dead.
Little goblin guy. You're not dead.
Fine. And he stands up, and you can see him wincing in pain as he just like pulls wisps of where his hair was.
Sorry.
He goes, what is going on here?
Well, we're trying to get to Phandelver, and then you were here, and my friend Milena went to go investigate, and then you lot fired upon her.
Well, we're just following orders.
Right. Your friend, before he got shot in the face, mentioned a name?
Oh, Clark.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a big boss.
he's a big boss, and he set you out here to kill some horses.
No, we didn't do that. That was another group.
Not affiliated with you.
Oh no, affiliated, just not us. And he kind of
Okay.
gestures around at the arrow-pocked and scorched bodies. He's like, "Yeah, not my assignment."
So what were you doing out here then?
Oh, we were told to just ambush anybody who looked like, they were easy pickings. No offense.
No, none taken. I don't really
Much
fit the armor
taken.
very well.
Much taken. That's so rude.
Well,
So where's this Clog fella? And maybe we should go have a talk with him, right, guys?
I
You're
don't
telling me
know if you want to talk to Clark. He's back in the hideout.
Oh, the hideout. Maybe we just go have a little conversation with him and tell him what he's doing is wrong, and that following the way of Saloon would be a much better way to do things.
Well, look, I can't take you straight to Clark because that's skipping the chain of command, but I could take you to our boss, who's Yemek.
Yemek?
Yemek, yeah.
Where's that boss?
Oh, he's in the hideout too.
Same hideout.
Yeah, I only got one hideout.
But you'll take us there.
Well, I'm
looks-
weighing my options up, right? And I figure it's either help you lot or the angry one's probably gonna kill us.
She's very angry. Sorry.
That's all right. I mean, we did attack you first, after all.
See, at least you recognize that.
Well,
So my new friendly compatriots, should we go talk to them, tell them to stop murdering horses and then other people?
Well, it's not what we've been paid for, is it?
Yeah, not our job,
well,
really.
what are the rest of you doing while this?
Melena's
Clutching my bleeding arm.
Ow!
Melena's checking over the horses to
Make
see if there's
me,
any identifying.
Make me an investigation check.
In the meantime, Ding's probably going to be looking around just to make sure nobody
15?
else shows up.
You very swiftly find that while the saddlebags and the backpacks strewn around have been picked clean, there's something on the floor open. And actually, this time it's a cylindrical map case, sort of reinforced leather. And upon it, you see the initials GR embossed.
She's gonna turn to our little goblin friend. Now, the group that had this assignment, do you know what happened to the individuals who were on these horses?
Oh, yeah, the dwarf and that, the other fella. Yeah, I saw him.
Do you know where they are?
We've got the human in the hideout. The dwarf, he was there, but when I went back for grub, I didn't see him again. Maybe they ate him.
Let's hope they didn't, for everyone's sake.
Are you in the business of eating dwarfs very often?
He grins at you, and I wouldn't say you even need to roll for this. Very obviously, this goblin's teeth have been filed to points. They
Oh,
resemble
that looks
fangs.
painful.
Because, yeah, that's why they call us the Cragmore, on account of our charming smiles.
It's wonderful teeth you have there, sir.
Thank
Very
you.
well pointed.
But yeah, the human, he's still in the hideout. He's with Yemek. Although, don't know what state he'll be in. Maybe they've eaten him.
Elena's gonna look amongst the party, and maybe it is within our job to go to this hideout.
Yeah, I mean,
Did
if
you-
the guy paying us is now in this hideout, if he's dead, he can't pay us. And I liked Gundren.
Well, listen, I think that you should come with me to the hideout because, and I know this may shock you, but we goblins are a highly politically complex people. And Yemik might, have some thoughts on what to do with you. He might be able to help you. Clark's the boss there, but Yemik, he's been complaining.
Good to know.
There's even been talk of Yemik giving him the old Goblin Diplomacy. And he makes a stabbing motion with his hand.
Oh, seems very diplomatic.
I thought we were just going to escort a car, make some coin, and now it seems like we're considering a goblin uprising?
Well, if it's on the way.
So what would be the difference between Clog and Yemik being in charge of the Cragmores?
Well, Yemik, he's in charge of our lot, right? The goblins, if you like. Clark's in charge of Yemik, and Clark works for the even bigger boss.
There's another one. Who's
he's
above
off in the
Clark?
castle, though. I don't really know much about it.
There's a castle.
Oh, yes. I've never been, but I've heard it's very impressive.
So wait, if Clog's not... What is Clog?
And the goblin scratches his, slightly charred forehead. It's like, he's a big fella.
So not a goblin.
No, not a goblin. No, more furry and big. What about your height?
Oh, all right.
Anyone with suspicions can make me a nature check if they like.
Stone would have no idea. He's just
Yeah.
like, okay, big guy, I guess.
I think Kiva is busy. All you hear is a large rip sound and she takes off the brown leather for her midriff and she bites it with her teeth and makes a cut and then just is wrapping her leg with it. And you can actually see some of her old scars on her midriff area.
Sorry, someone take over here. Kiva,
Ungor,
here.
with your 20, you have a strong suspicion that your little goblin friend is referring to the fact that Clark is a bugbear.
I think he's talking about bugbear. Basically, big goblins.
Stone will run back to Kiva and is going to cure wounds. Here, don't do... Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh, well.
4-7. You didn't need to rip the
Thank
thing,
you.
just... Sorry.
Well, I'm used to it, and my leg seems fine now. It's magic.
Saloon bless you.
Saloon bless you.
Yeah, saloon, bless you, and that.
You know what? I think I like this goblin chap.
Thanks.
Seems on the up and up. Maybe his boss is better than the Clog boss. Regardless, was that dwarf Gundren?
I mean, it sounds like it was.
I feel like
The human companion and all.
Yeah, it seems to line up.
then we might need to go take a look.
How far is this camp?
Oh, it's not that far. It's a few miles walk through the woods.
And you'll lead us there, right? All safe like?
Do I have a choice?
No.
Well, of course you have. Oh.
Well, I'll
have-
lead you there then.
Oh.
Yeah,
Give me a choice.
Kiva's gonna stomp over and be like, and no tricks now, you see? And she's gonna try to point her she's an axe and she is taken out and be like, and just point it at him.
Oh,
know
do I
if you're
look
trying
like
to
the
trick
sort
us.
who'd pull a trick? And he grins at you with this fanged maw.
Yes.
Seems
You
like
look
he's telling the truth
exactly
to me.
one. No. What did he?
No?
He's. I don't know. Why are we just trusting a goblin? We have
Honestly,
a car.
Ding, you look like someone that would pull tricks.
I am exactly the person, and I won't lie about it. But this guy, I don't know.
I don't think he's lying.
But even if he does pull it, he's one goblin with no weapons. What can he do?
Okay, that's true. I was gonna say a goblin with weapons just almost took our dear Kiva.
Yeah, I'll keep a proper eye out on him.
All right. Look, if I'm the one who brings, Yemik the solution to our little dispute, that'll improve my standing. So I've got something to gain as well, if that puts your mind at ease.
Maybe we can get the goblins to help us with this whole thing. They seem reasonable.
I'll agree to it, but I want a proper apology first. That hurt.
Sorry.
That was a pretty good apology.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Sorry, Melina, what were you saying?
Well, how far are we from the town? She's like looking at the little goblin friend.
From Phandelver? Well, you're at least a few hours out. It's not that close.
How
I don't
close
really
is the
go near
town
the counter, you
to
know,
the
being a
hideout?
goblin.
Yeah, well,
Do you
The
want to
hideout's
go?
to the north, but it's very close. It's just really through this thicket here.
Do you think we just park the cart and take a look?
I think we might want to take the cart with us. I don't really think we should let it out of our sight, right?
You could probably beat a path with the cart. And he gestures towards the woods, and it's not that thick. He's probably telling the truth. He probably could just about maneuver the cart through.
He seems very reasonable and truthful, and I think we should. What is your name?
Scar.
Scott. Hello, Scott. I'm Stone. Pleasure to meet you. Sorry
Hello,
about
Stone.
friends.
Oh, that's all right. Didn't like them anyway.
And
Might eat them after this.
might I advise to you?
Please don't do that.
Maybe like a nice venison dinner of some kind.
What's venison?
Deer.
Deer?
Yes.
No. Why'd you eat that? It's much easier just to eat dwarves.
I feel like deer are more plentiful, but okay.
Depends where you are.
In the woods.
Well,
And there is
maybe.
horse.
Lots of mountains around here, though.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm probably going to eat the horses as well.
I think we should go.
No,
This
all
talk
right.
of eating horses making
Makes
me
you
a little
hungry? Yeah, me
queasy.
too.
No.
All right, well, in that case, follow me. And follow me very carefully because, you know, there's a few unpleasant surprises in the woods between here and the hideout that we might have put there deliberately. So make sure you follow the path I walk on.
Right, okay.
And so he begins to head towards the northern thicket. Are you all following him?
I suppose we get the cart and go, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he sort of waits for you to gather up your belongings and the cart and then leads you into the thicket to the north.
Can I ask, Connor, whilst we're traveling the cart, could I take a short rest?
It's a few miles and you are navigating a cart through, so it will take you some time. I would say, yeah, there's time for a short rest here.
Okay. I will take a short rest.
Wonderful.
Hmm. Do I garner any benefits for a short rest?
And I will
I
mark
got
the
healed.
hideouts. on
Max
your-
hit die.
Nice.
So you see the location of the hideout on your map now.
And now
I
we don't
will.
need Scar. Let's do him in.
Yeah. Get him out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Stone will pat Milena on the back. Sorry, I didn't help so much in the fight, but you did really well. And I want Saloon to continue to bless you. We'll give her vigilant blessing again.
You did really well. You know, your first time. I can understand it. It's very new, but
It's a little scary.
yeah. But we
Lots
made a
of blood.
friend. Not everyone wants to hurt us. Not everyone will want to hurt us. But there's going to be probably more people I'll have to,
It's got some real sharp,
you know.
pointy teeth.
Yes, let's stay off dinner menu.
Okay.
So as you're heading north through this thicket and Scar is leading the way, he keeps kind of turning around and encouraging you to come on. And he does seem to lead you. And at one point, he even stops by a tree and holds up a hand. And you couldn't even see this, but he unties an invisible wire from the tree and goes, all right, you can come through now. Yeah, that was one of my favorites, actually, but never mind. Anyway, follow me. And he leads you
wonder
through the
what
woods for 30 or 40. Make me a perception check.
Ooh. Perception. 7.
You'll never know. And he leads you through the thicket for a couple of hours until eventually you begin to reach a clearing built around a large sort of natural rocky outcrop. And I shall just put you on the map for that now. So, welcome to Cragmore Hideout as Scar ushers you alongside a small flowing stream that tails off into the thicket, and he waves you into the entrance, and you're just outside there. He's like, "You can leave the cart here. It's probably fine."
Well, I don't think we should trust him, right? Leave
I
the
don't.
car.
Why don't we just hobble the oxen, tie their feet together so they can't get too far?
Oh, all right.
Or we could tie ropes to a tree. We don't necessarily have to tie their legs together.
That's how they do it, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And at this point,
it's one way.
as you're doing this, you do notice Scar begin to walk towards the entrance of the cave.
Scar.
Don't go
Hold
too
on.
far.
Slow.
Oh, yeah.
Slow. We are new here. We want to see the sights. We don't want to just walk straight into a trap. So, at our pace, please.
Oh, that's all right. I just thought you probably wouldn't want to be imminently shot by arrows.
You're not wrong.
Well,
You're
in that
not
case, and he sort of leans out and gestures over the stream, and he goes, boys, these ones are with me. You don't have to shoot them. And you hear a couple of voices from behind the thicket next to the stream go, "Oh, 2 bloody days have we not got to shoot anyone?" And a couple of goblins very solemnly sort of trunch their way out into visibility and just stand by the entrance of the cave.
Hello. Appreciate you not shooting us.
You can place yourselves on the map, by the way, around number 1.
I've had enough arrows for one day. Thank you very much.
Oh, sounds like you've had some fun. We'll put Clark down as well. There you go.
Clark.
Not Clark. Scar. That's it. That's his
You
name.
say, oh my God, Clark's
Clark.
here.
Blur. It's Strahd. Blur.
It's Strahd.
Yes, and having a closer look, you do realize that there was actually a concealed blind, a sort of small guard post behind that thicket. Now you actually have some time to look at it out of danger. So,
Oh.
Scar goes, "Well, I suggest we make our way in and meet Yemik. Clark's probably in his cave, which is right at the back, and to be honest, he doesn't come out for anyone. Unless Cragmore Castle sent a messenger, like they did to look for your mate. But
Cragmore Castle, write that down. Wait, they sent a wait a minute. There was a
Yeah.
message from Cragmore about finding Gundren.
well, looking
It's
out
like-
for a dwarf, yeah.
Feels like pertinent information.
Well, I told you we had a dwarf and a human. I don't know if it's your friend, but we were told to look out for some dwarf.
All right. Let's go meet Yemik then.
Okay, well, word of warning. Yemik is, well, look, I like him, all right? Don't tell him I don't like him. And I'm not saying I don't like him, but he's a bit scary, to be honest.
Okay.
Well, don't worry. Ungor's scary too.
Am I?
Well, that's true.
You're very big.
Burn my bloody hair off.
I try
Scary
and
too.
cultivate a bookish image. I'm sorry.
All right, so Scar
Very
begins leading you
intimidating.
into the cave. Do you follow him in?
I mean, Stone would
Yes,
go.
yes.
Yeah, Stone
Yeah.
you
Let's
know.
go. Into
in
the
the
Goblin
Valleys.
Hideout.
As you enter the mouth of the cave, you begin to hear snarling and strange guttural noises coming from your right. And noticing this, Scar looks back and he goes, "Oh, don't worry about that. That's just where we keep the dogs."
Oh, there's
And you
dogs.
notice the cave narrows to a steep fissure at the far end, and it is from down inside that fissure that you can hear these savage snarls and the sound of rattling chains. He goes, "Yeah, don't worry about them. They're fine." And leading you
they?
further in, he goes, "Right, well, to the left here, watch your stepping. It's a little bit loose. This is where we'll get to what we like to call our common room, and you'll find Yemik in there. Maybe you want to go ahead and talk to him yourself."
What? You did such a great job bringing us here, though. I feel like
Yeah,
you
but I
need
didn't
to...
do a great job killing you like I was meant to.
No.
But you're bringing the solution, right? Shouldn't you be rewarded?
Make me a persuasion check.
Can you get
Not very-
advantage because
not
the
very
assist from
persuasive.
me?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. With the VAT, that's a 17.
Somebody
Hey.
goes, oh, all right, I suppose he'll see it that way.
Like a letter of introduction.
At least I hope so. All right, well, follow me. And he leads you into the Goblin Common room.
Come
Now,
on, everyone.
this large cave is divided in half by a 10-foot high escarpment. That's a good word. A steep natural staircase leads from the lower portion to the upper ledge. The air is hazy with the smoke of a cooking fire and pungent from the smell of quite a few unwashed goblins. And it looks like this.
Oh, there's so many of them.
As you look around, you do indeed see that there are several goblins hunched around the cooking fire, and up on this ridge, you see one decked out in slightly more ornate scavenged armor, who is seemingly holding a middle-aged, slightly older human by the neck, right at the edge of the ridge.
Which one's Scar? You mind putting a little marker
Oh,
on him?
Scar- sorry,
I
you
don't
can't
want
see
to
his
like
neck, can
accidentally
you?
stab him, or
Yeah,
one of my
you
friends
can't-
accidentally
There you go.
stab
He's got the
him.
love heart of Goblin charm.
Awesome, love it.
But yes, up on this cliff, you can see a human being held by the neck by this goblin chief-looking person who is staring towards you and Scar. Now, do you say anything, or do you wait for Scar to talk?
Hello, Saloon, bless you.
Who's this?
I mean, as we would come in, I would say, there's no need to hold your hands there. Put them down. We need to negotiate.
I'll be the one who tells Zoom to do what in my cave. Scar, what's the meaning of this? And you see Scar kind of almost like drop to his knees and cower, and he goes, "Oh, we ambushed this lot, but they're tough. They're tough, Yebik. They're tough. Maybe they can help us with the problem." And at this, Yebik seems to furrow his brow and grow incensed. He goes, "You told outsiders about the problem? What if that got back to Clark? Scar, I'm going to have a word with you after this. Now, not one step further, or I'll throw him." And he seems to shake the human he's holding, who, upon closer look, is bloody and battered to a pulp. If this guy is clinging to life, it's not by much.
Oh, do you mind if I take a look at him?
As you take a step forward, trying to get a closer look, the other goblins in the room all lower spears and swords towards you and posture menacingly. Yeah, not one more step, or your chum gets it.
So it seems as if you have a problem that you need a solution for, right?
Who says I do?
Scar did.
Well played. Yeah, got a problem of sorts, I suppose. What, you the problem-solving lot?
Well, our problem is you, so if we solve your problem, it's no longer our problem. You
Why
dig?
am I your problem?
Well, it seems like...
The dwarf. Ask about the dwarf.
Yeah, okay. Seems like our dwarven friend might have been accosted by you guys.
Oh yeah, the one who rode in with this one.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, is he with you still?
In a way, I ate him. And at this, the human he's holding by the throat goes, "He's lying. He didn't." And quickly gets backhanded across the face for his efforts.
Well, you
Please
lost
don't do
that negotiating chip. So where is he?
Well, I've still got this chip. How about you help me, or I toss your friend off the cliff here?
So what are we helping with?
Well, see, now you're asking constructive questions. On the other side of this fine establishment, you'll find Clark, a big brutish oaf who thinks he's fit to lead us. I want you to help with that problem.
Okay, and what's the problem? Is he not fit to lead?
No. In fact, don't concern yourself with him at all. Just kill him.
Okay. So kill him, and then we get what?
Your friend back.
Where
Oh.
is the dwarf?
Oh, he's been taken to the castle by now.
Oh.
I mean, I think this sounds like a pretty good deal. We just kill this bugbear. It should be easy for just the 5 of us to do it and rescue the human and go and find Gundren.
You say that, Ungor, but do we know what else is there? What are we up against? It's not just us walking up to a lonely bugbear taking a nap and then just whacking
I mean,
him.
I'll be honest, Ding, that's exactly what it sounds like. They say he's in a room by himself, that he doesn't let anyone else in, so...
It can't be that easy. What was that, Kiva?
I don't know. I don't really care about this human. I think we should just go straight to the castle.
I mean, I think we should rescue the human.
We should
You know
rescue the human. Wait, what is his name? Do we know his name?
Have any of us seen, because we can see the token is called Sildar, so we know who it is, but do our characters
No,
know?
you don't know Sildar. No.
Okay.
You know that Gundren left, and you've been told by the goblin and by the horse
Like that he
evidence
had a
that
companion.
he had a companion. But
Yeah.
you don't know this man, no.
We should say we're saving him. We're saving him.
Humans
I
are
do
full of
agree with it.
deception. You don't need it.
And maybe we can. What if we negotiate that Clog just leaves?
To be honest, no. Because when people leave, they tend to come back and kill you.
Okay.
We just need Grindor. We don't need this human.
Steady
don't-
on, Kiva. What's all this?
Yeah. You mean we don't need this human?
He's in trouble and we should help.
Yeah.
Kiva.
Look, I'm for it. I say we do it. It's, you know.
All right.
Fine.
All right.
But for you, not for him.
Well, whatever makes it easier for you, I guess.
Okay. Then we agree to help with your problem.
Marvelous. Come back when you've done it, and I'll give you this one if he's still alive.
No. He has to still be alive.
Well,
Guaranteed.
okay, I won't
Pinky
harm
promise.
him further, but he sort of looks at him, he's like, well, you know.
No, I don't know. Just don't hit him again. Or
Well, you
stab
better
him.
hurry up then.
Or eat him. All right, then let's go. Let's go.
As we self, I will cast Bear Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
Probably should have done that before. I forgot about that, really. But I forgot.
8 hours. Like it's.
So as you guys head off, you do hear a voice like is behind you, and it's actually Scar, and he goes, take the north tunnel, go over the bridge, and then you'll find your way to his room.
Oh.
Any
excellent.
traps we need to look out for?
No, but there'll be some goblins around. They might be loyal to Clark. Although, there is another option.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we heard those, well, I said dogs. They ain't dogs. They're like massive wolves. You know, we heard those wolves when we came in.
Yeah.
You see, this place used to be used by someone else. I don't even know, but where we used to keep the wolves, there's actually a passage at the back that'll go straight to where Clark's room is. You could skip all his cronies.
The cronies, should it come to it, do you maybe want to try to convince them to join your side so we don't have to hurt them?
Oh, I'm staying here. I'm dead on my feet. You did burn my hair off. You're welcome to convince them, but it's up to you. You can either probably fight your way or try to get around the wolves, I guess.
So are they not your wolves?
Well, they're used by us, but mostly as, you know, attack or guard creatures. I don't handle them myself.
So you can't get them out of the way for us, is what you're saying?
I can't.
Who's the handler? Don't you have somebody in your tribe that handles that?
These are starving wolves. We just point them at things we want them to eat and let them off the leash.
Oh, right. Okay. Maybe we should free them too.
Or at least provide some snacks.
A lot
Look,
of honey.
You can go up the stairs there and have a look at them. They're off a little drop. They won't get you.
All right, let's go. Before he hits the human again.
That's fair. We should make haste.
Yep.
All right, so you return to the main tunnel and head towards the sounds of snarling.
Just to check it out, just to get a little peek
Sure.
and a lay of the land here.
You climb up onto these stone steps, and you do see that there is like a 10-foot drop off down below, where there is several, 3 in fact, wolves leashed to iron spikes driven into the floor. They're snarling, and as soon as they become aware of your presence, they do become somewhat enraged, pulling against their spikes.
Let's not go this way. This looks dangerous.
Well,
You
actually,
do, however, notice that, true to Scar's word, does appear to be a small passageway through the back.
Just need to distract them. Something. They're hungry.
I could try. I have a trick up my sleeve that might work. It depends. I could just tell them to take a nap.
Worth a try.
Ooh. So you just tell them to nap, and they just do it.
It's a little
They
bit
seem
more
quite angry.
ceremonial than that. It's got a song and dance to it, but
Well, like
I
a
might be able-
lullaby.
I mean, sure, yeah, that's exactly what we can call it.
All right. Actually, I want to see this happen. Show me.
Yeah, so I will get up towards the cage, and is it something that as soon as I cast the spell, can we get in the cage, or do we need to go get a key first to even open this?
So there's no cage here. This is a stone ledge that you're standing on.
Oh, it's a
Imagine,
pit.
think of it like a
Gotcha,
pit.
gotcha.
Yeah,
it's a
they
pit.
are chained to the floor to iron spikes, but they are pulling against those, and the spikes don't look that sturdy. Just saying.
Gotcha.
But there's no cage to enter here. It would be climbing down a ledge.
Okay, so if I am within 20 feet of them, I'm going to attempt to cast sleep.
You are within 20 feet, and you're more than welcome.
All right, so here goes
Little baby, don't say a word.
Please don't eat me.
17.
17. So I believe it is HP based, right?
Yes, it's max HP. If you can eclipse it, then it tries to go to the next one. As long as it keeps eclipsing them, that's how many efforts.
So one of the wolves falls asleep.
Dang,
Okay.
that didn't do a whole lot.
Usually I'm putting, like, my little sister to sleep, so, you know...
With
it's not-
magic.
No,
Not
usually I
just
just
like a warm
sing.
glass of milk. Okay.
Sometimes she has trouble sleeping, and then I
Now
might,
these wolves, if any of you, because I don't really know you too well yet, if any of you are accustomed to dealing with animals, feel free to make me a nature or an animal handling check.
Anyone
it's
good
not of
with
you,
dogs?
Dogs, but not wolves.
Dang, didn't you sing me awake, actually? I faintly remember something.
I did.
Song.
I did sing you a song, but that's a little different.
Hmm.
Do we have like meat rations, like dried meat?
Oh yeah, that's what rations are.
Okay. All right, maybe we could distract the other two. I'll take some of the rations, however many it would take to distract the other two, and give them a little, then toss some dried meat.
Sure. So you throw this meat down there, and the wolves almost seem in shock at first. Then they start sniffing it, and each wolf picks up a sort of strip of this dried jerky that's in your provisions and starts chewing away contentedly on it. And they start to look at you expectantly for slightly more, but it certainly seems like a lot of that initial aggression is dissipated. You realize that these animals probably aren't ever shown kindness, and they probably appreciate what you're doing for them.
I will take all of the rations that I have to feed them.
Sure. You're just like dropping them down a pile from the ledge.
Yeah. So, but I also want to get into the pit here.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna do something very stupid, but I think this might work. And just like do the thing that you do with the animals.
Yep.
And feed them and get them more comfortable with your presence.
So how are you getting down the 10-foot ledge?
Yeah, take my hand, Stone. I'll help you.
Help me down. All right. And
Okay.
just kind of get lowered, I guess.
Yeah, sure. It's not high enough for it to be particularly difficult with Ungor helping you like that. And you do get lowered into the pit. The wolves begin to growl a little bit, staring at you.
It's all right. Put some more on the ground. Rip off some more pieces. Place it near them. All right.
Yeah, they begin happily eating and seem to be accepting your presence for now.
I'm going to gingerly move around them to the back to see what I can see.
Okay. So this crevice is very tight. It's really only wide enough to squeeze through at its later end. So
Yeah.
make me a perception check.
Yeah. I don't know if it matters, but I have dark vision up to 300 feet.
Holy moly.
Yeah. We are blessed.
You see Orlo in space
16.
with that, I think. 16. So you can't see too much because of the light disparity between the two rooms. There is clearly torches lit in this further room, whereas right now you're in quite a dim cave. So it's very hard to actually see anything through the gap. However,
But I do see light. Good.
Yes, and you do hear that there are several creatures in the further room. Two of them with a 16, that's pretty good. So I'd say you recognize that there's a few different types of creatures. There's certainly some smaller movements, akin to the goblins you heard earlier, and one that honestly sounds like another wolf. The other one seems to thud a little bit more and carry a bit more weight, and you're unfamiliar with what that could be.
We'll reach back psychically, the psionic mind, to Milena and relay the information so I don't have to speak it aloud. To give to the group.
She kind of like hushes, so she's not like, she's letting the puppies enjoy their meal. She doesn't want to like have two shouty voices around them. Stone just said that it does look like there's a path there, and there's a number of different things, but there's a way.
Well, I guess
You can all see that the wolves are still quite sated. There's one of them is asleep, and the other two are quite happily eating this meal.
Well, let's gingerly go down and join them then.
Okay, sounds good.
Food does always calm me down. I can understand why these pups relaxed a little bit.
Pubs.
Stone's
It's like,
gonna do something really stupid and try to wiggle the spikes out of the ground.
all
So
right,
they're no longer attached.
Make me a strength check.
Can I? Well, it's the same as athletics, so strength check it is. A 9.
So you can feel that there is a bit of give in them. And you could feel that you're pretty confident, at least the one you tried, which is the closest wolf to you. You're pretty sure that you could pull this out. However, not doing so and rattling the chains seems to make the wolf somewhat wary. So you're welcome to try again if you'd like.
Sorry. Some more meat on the ground.
I'm sneaking through as this is happening.
Kiva, Ungor, do you mind helping? Trying to keep
What?
it stage
What do you
whisper.
want to do, Stone?
I want to free him.
Free the pups.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe we do that on the way back, because we will have to pass through here again, probably.
Okay. That's fine. I'll be back. He's gonna try and pet the one nearest him.
Good God, make an animal handling check. Pet the feral wolf, Stone, go for it.
14.
It pulls away after you touch it, but it does not bite you.
Okay. All right. We'll be back. Leave the rest of my 10 rations worth of meat on the ground.
Leave a small pantry behind, yes.
Yeah. All of it is there now.
Okay, so are you proceeding through the narrow passageway? And if so, I'm going to need what order you are doing it in.
Ding's very small.
Yeah, I'm small, so I should probably try to squeeze through first, because if I can't fit, they can't fit.
I will say, just judging it from eye, you're fairly confident that you could all squeeze through that. It is a narrow
Oh,
squeeze,
okay.
but you could get through that.
So I'll lead the way.
First. Okay.
Yeah, I'll lead the way.
Should we attempt to do this quietly?
I think so. We're gonna try to get the drop on somebody. This is a direct shot in, right? So we should definitely attempt our best at
Are you stealthing?
stealth. Yes.
All right. Is everybody attempting to go sneakily?
I guess.
Wait,
We'll
no.
attempt.
Milena will
Okay.
help Stone try and be as quiet as he
Well,
can
we'll
with
make
his
the stealth
armor.
rolls. Yeah, I believe you're at disadvantage there.
I
Stone.
am, and with a negative.
Yee!
Clank,
I'll
clank,
go
clank,
last,
clank.
just in case one of the pups decides to turn around on us.
16, 18, nice.
That's a 0, my friend.
That's a natural one.
Oh no.
So when you're sneaking up to the
I
narrow...
think- So yeah. I think Stone would probably be third in line here.
Yeah,
just
okay,
as
sure.
a note.
When you're sneaking up through the narrow passageway, the loose rocks and narrow nature of the corridor, mixed with armor made of metal plates, does not, form a
Snags a
particularly
little bit.
happy marriage. There's a lot of clanging and a lot of scraping. The wolves, they're distracted. They don't mind. But make me a perception check, Stone.
Oh, sorry. Normal perception. 16.
The noise on the other side of the passageway has stopped.
Telepathically reach out to Milena. Milena, I'm snagged.
You just see her face palm.
Help.
She nods and she's yeah, she's gonna try and
They know. They
Yeah.
stop moving. Should we
How-
tell Ding? Before he
Ding.
gets all the way through.
Ding,
I
ding,
turn
no.
around. I heard it. You're not fooling anybody. How big is this hallway?
The crevice you're sort of slipping through, it's like a couple of feet wide, basically.
Would you say it's less than 5 feet wide?
Wide, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Is there any way I could attempt to make a minor illusion that makes it so if you're looking from further down the hall towards us, that there's nothing approaching?
Well, this is like the entrance to a room. You can't really see what's beyond this small, opening, essentially.
Gotcha. So it's not like somebody is looking down at where we're coming from. There's actually
You
a
don't know.
turn.
Because of the difference in light, you can't really see into this room.
Gotcha. So yeah, I will attempt to make some sort of minor illusion wall temporarily to make it just look like more cave, just in case somebody, if they
Okay.
start coming down, they won't be able to see anything.
So
But
just
more
look like-
cave.
Darkness, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. You do that successfully.
Okay.
Are you proceeding through it?
I'm gonna wait until Stone settles himself. He seems pretty
I mean, at this point, you're all kind of lined
Rattled.
up by that entrance, ready to
Yeah.
go.
okay. You good to go, Stone?
I mean, they're gonna know that we're coming, but I'm good.
Okay.
I'm no
You
longer
did your-
caught on the rock.
It's okay. It's okay. We can't look back. We can only look forward.
Forward.
I go, can we stop talking and just fucking go?
Go.
Sorry.
All right. Ding, are you going in? Yes or no?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you step forward. Let's roll initiative. So, immediately as you step into the room, you are greeted with the sight of people who are ready for you. There is a huge furred creature standing twice the height of a regular goblin, and sacks and crates of looted provisions are piled up in the south end of this large cave-like room. To the west, the floor slopes towards a narrow opening that descends into the darkness you are emerging from, and a larger opening leads north down a set of natural stone steps. The roar of falling water echoes from beyond, but in the middle of the cavern, the large fire smolders, and behind that is where you see this huge hulking beast, and he looks towards you and calls out, "Who dares defy Clark, Lord of Cragmore?" And with that, let's get some initiatives going.
I think we found Clog.
You might be right. He is flanked by 2 goblins, one on either side of him, and a large wolf lounges to the south of the room. The wolf begins standing up as Clark readies his weapon. Let me just get some initiatives for these guys.
Last time I got a nat 20, and this time I got a nat 1.
Swings and
Perfectly
roundabouts.
Averages.
Nice.
Okay, has everybody rolled their initiatives up?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Lovely. Stone, you are up first.
Can I see into the room yet?
Nope. Ding is pretty much in the entrance. He's going to need to move for you to be able to see anything.
So I can't.
I'm really short, so you could probably see over me.
Well, Melena's in front of you in a narrow
Yeah. So
passageway.
I think I'm just here, right? Like
yeah,
I can't
you're pretty
really
much
do
just
much.
there. You can hear like the readying of combat though, so you know something is going on.
Is there a way for me to move through or no? Too tight.
I would say too tight, just because you could maybe
Then I'm
move
hanging
in
out.
front of Melena, not Ding though.
Then I'm hanging out. I'm waiting. I can't do anything.
All right, Ding, you're up. You big blocker. What are you doing?
Yeah, me and my big
The offensive
strong
line
frame.
is ready.
Yeah. I am going to get out of the way. I'm gonna not sneak, but slink my way up into this.
Sneak, they're all staring at you and yelling at you. You're like,
I just kind of creep a little bit. Just, we're good.
no,
And I'll
no.
go- I'll go behind this stalagmite. I always mix those up. And I will just yell out to the big, tall bugbear and say, "Oh, so you're in here alone. Is it because you like it or because you have no friends?" And I'll cast Vicious
Alone? I've got my attendants right beside me, you fool.
He's got goblins.
He gestures at the goblins to his left and right.
Sometimes the joke falls flat. Okay?
Jeez.
And
Who are you? Why are you in here?
you'll find out. And then I'll just cast it.
What are you casting at?
Vicious mockery. So he has to
Amazing.
make a wisdom save DC 14.
All right.
Even if the joke wasn't
That is
good,
a-
it might have hurt.
He makes an 18, I'm afraid.
God,
The mobs are rolling fantastic today. This is great.
they are. And then in my shame for me not having the best one-liner, I will turn to Melena and give her bardic inspiration.
All right.
You got this. Your jokes are gonna be better than mine. Go ahead.
Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'm just gonna attempt to make myself real small over there.
With this, Clark thunders forwards towards you, goes, "This impudent whelp challenges Clark?" Huh. And he's going to swing his huge spiked Morning Star down towards you. And that is an 11 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right. Yeah, so he's going to miss. It slams into the stone of the stalagmite and or tight, sending stone splinters everywhere. But that is his turn. The wolf is going to race around to flank you and also make an attack against you. And this has advantage because of hack tactics. Go wolves. And that is going to be a 21 to hit.
That definitely hits.
All right. And that is for 7 points of piercing damage. And I'd like a strength saving throw.
Sure.
You are knocked prone.
Hey,
Pinned to the floor by the jaws of this fearsome
Doesn't seem to
looking
be
wolf.
going well.
little help in here.
I must say, I am loving the ding, like, shock trooper tactic. It's fantastic. Run in, vicious mockery, die. All
I had to
right.
get out of the way.
Ungor, you are up.
Can I at least see through the gap? Can I see the
You have
bugbear?
seen, like, movement past it. And you are pretty sure, because of the change in the light dynamic, that there is a large figure, like, in the opening of the door. right?
Okay, because what I want to cast magic missile at the bugbear.
I would say that you can
If I-
target the figure you can see through the door.
Okay,
yes.
all right. I shall do that then, please, Connor.
Go for it.
Why doesn't that work? Silly me. There we go. So there's one. Wait, how many? Sorry, is it? It's 3, isn't it?
It's
Sorry.
3. It is 3, yeah.
So that was 5, 3, 12. 12 total. 12 total
Yeah,
force
so-
damage.
I mean, you can barely see what happens here, Ungo, but Ding, you see these 3 arcane bolts from the blue just slam into Clark, and he is sent reeling by the impact of each. and he seems to be wheezing a little after the impact. He goes, huh, pathetic magics, show yourself.
I don't think that was pathetic, but okay.
He's just saving face.
And then I will move to the side here to help clear the traffic jam. And then my turn.
Okay. The goblin to the south he's going to come and give you the stab, I'm afraid. He's going to move up to block the entrance. Now he's aware that people are coming for his chieftain. However, with his action, all he's going to do is turn around and stab the prone Ding, which is going to be advantage because you're on the floor.
Oh my god,
this
he's
wicked
dead.
curved blade comes towards you for a 19.
That certainly hits.
All right, and that is going to be 8 points of slashing damage.
I am definitely down.
All right.
I can't tell what's happening through the crack there, but I think something awful happened to
You
Ding.
hear screaming.
Yeah, this is like awful sounds.
Beleda. Hero time. Let's go.
We gotta get through.
Yeah, she's gonna take out the rapier, and now this goblin has his back to me now, though.
Correct. Yes.
So would I have sneak attack?
You have sneak attack because he's within 5 feet. We're not playing Pathfinder, which means you would have it in Pathfinder, but he's within 5 feet of Ding, so you have sneak attack regardless.
Ding
of
is
what they're at.
unconscious.
I'm
That's
still a
still
threat.
an ally presence, though, right? They're still focusing on him in combat. So
Okay.
I would rule it
That's
still
a
an ally
threat.
presence.
Oh,
That is
Well,
so generous.
DMing
Joel,
right now.
you
Joel,
think this,
leave it
Joel?
alone.
You think this, Joel? But I play this both ways. I have people attack unconscious people, so
Okay.
it goes
Well,
both
that's-
ways.
Understood.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, that's my short.
Oh,
Sorry,
that's your short
wrong
bow.
one.
21. That certainly hits. 11 points of piercing. You run this and your sneak damage. It doesn't matter. So you are literally just running through this goblin as you try to get in the gap, as he is sort of recoiling from stabbing Ding on the floor, and you just pierce his back, and he is instantly dead. And crumples to the point where you could easily move past him. Should you
Okay,
wish.
I was just about to
Yeah.
ask if I can use that momentum to just
When
kind
people
of
are dead, you can
walk
just kind of
over
yeah,
his body.
that's fine.
Oh, it's gonna take. Hopefully that puppy's occupied.
Nope, that's good. You can stand there. Yeah. All right.
She'll go there. Okay.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, the northern goblin is going to see you running through his friend. He is going to take out his short bow and aim at you, Milena.
Mhm.
And that is going to be that's an initiative roll. That's not that. That is going to, oh wow. He is quite shook by the sight of you running through his friend. Rolls a natural 1, and his
Nice.
arrow just doesn't even fire. He just misfires his bow completely, and it clatters into the ground and skids into the smoldering fire. And he looks suitably embarrassed. Kiva, your turn.
All right. Well, Kiva's gonna. Can I go around Stone? Is it?
Oh yeah, you can move
Okay.
through him. Yeah, that's
there.
fine.
Okay,
You
yeah,
just can't occupy the same space. That's fine.
Gotcha. So Kiva's gonna go up. Just kind of get the feel of the room for a second. Look over, realize that Ding is unconscious and there's a dog biting him. And she's gonna use her bonus action to go in a rage because one of her friends
Nice.
are now down. So I'm gonna be in a rage, and then by the 9 hells, off of him, and then I couldn't do that. She's going to take out her battle axe
As you do.
and slam down on the pupper. So
All right.
it's a 15.
That certainly hits.
All right, for 11.
11 just about does it, and you slam this battle axe into the wolf's spine, and it just crumples in the middle. Hey, if you're going to kill the wolves, I'll describe it. Don't.
She does not care. I guess she's gonna kind of walk on top and just kind of check out Ding and see that he's very
Ding is what
unconscious.
you refer to in the business as fucked up. He
I got
has.
him. Don't worry, I got him.
Oh well, don't worry. Apparently,
All right. I'll leave him then for you. And she's gonna end her turn.
okay. Mr. Stone, you're up.
Yep. Squeeze, clank, rattle, squeeze, clank, rattle. Reach down. May Saloon bless you and restore you to life, maybe? And cure wounds. Oh, for the minimum amount that I can at 3.
Nice.
Onto Ding.
Did you
Don't worry,
just
Milena. I'm coming.
Sing me awake.
Maybe?
It's my job.
And I would like to move through and around to the opposite side here. With
Okay.
the end of 30 feet.
All right. Anything else?
I brandish my weapon menacingly.
Wonderful.
Ah!
I am thoroughly menaced right now. Okay, Ding, you return yourself to consciousness. You are prone on the ground, but the wolf is no longer pinning you, so you can get up.
Did anybody see that? No? Good. Okay. And I'll use my 50% of my movement to stand up. And then I guess I'm just going to take an attack at the big old bugbear with my rapier.
Big clog.
20.
Oh, that certainly hits.
All right. Oh, it didn't roll damage.
Click the name. Click the word
The
rapier.
word rapier.
Neat. 6 piercing damage.
All right, yeah, you find your mark and you manage to get a little bit of revenge. Not a huge amount, but you do pierce the bugbear's tough hide, and you do see this thick, viscous blood begin to ooze out.
Oh boy, somebody else hit him, please. And I will use my bardic inspiration. So Milena's didn't fall off yet,
Yeah, I still got mine.
so I will give it to the next closest person, Kiva.
Ding, are you okay?
No.
Right.
Sorry,
Right.
my prayer wasn't very good.
I will just wipe the blood off of my head and just attempt to again get smaller than this stalagmite tight.
Nice.
I'll take care of him for you. Don't worry.
So on Clug's turn, he spins around to you, Stone, and goes, "Only thing more offensive to Clog than unfunny man is preachy man." And he slams the Morning Star down towards you
No,
Oh.
shield, protect. Huh?
for a 16 to hit,
Haha, I do hide behind my shield. Saloon protects me.
which clangs off your shield. He goes, "Ah, frustrating." And then it is Ungor's turn.
Okay, I will move to the gap and give him a fireball
You do it.
for 18.
18 hits.
3 fire damage.
It tickles. You see, you singe some of one of the patches of fur on his chest and give him a little burn, but nothing too major. He is looking pretty beat up at this point, though. He's still wounded heavily from previous attacks.
We've almost caught him, everyone. And then I'll end my turn.
All right. The goblin at the back. Nope, that's the dead goblin. Milena, it's your turn.
All right. Well, he's gonna sneak attack's only on ranged, or is it also just has to be a finesse weapon, right?
Yes.
Yep.
No else I played a rogue. Stab 15.
Yeah. Wait, hang on. 15? No, 15 just misses, actually.
You. Oh, okay. You are
How does that
inspired.
stop?
Right,
have
right.
the
Yes,
bardic.
I have a d6. I was gonna roll that. Nice.
Yeah, an 18 certainly hits. Roll your damage. Oh, he is very dead. Yes, you you just stab through his side of his ribs straight into his heart. He goes, "Clark was not expecting Goblin Diplomacy."
Oh.
And he sinks to his knees and collapses dead.
Milena,
He was-
well done.
He was funnier than me.
Very well.
Upon seeing this, the goblin at the back of the room goes, "Ah, yes, excellent. That is the outcome I was hoping for. Long may Yimik rule."
Oh,
And
you
he's-
knew about the plan.
Oh, yes, I love the plan.
Secret
Right,
plan.
I'll be off then. And he is going to begins trying to run away down these stairs. Is anybody planning on stopping him?
Goodbye.
Can I make an insight check to see if he's actually hip with the plan?
Yeah, you can check how hip he is.
The plan.
Is he a double agent?
I agree. He totally is hip with the plan.
Seems like a hip dude, if you ask me.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, so he disappears down the stairs, and that draws combat to a close. So,
Well,
you stand in a room with the
done.
remains of Clark, a goblin, and his pet wolf.
just give me a moment, would you? Stone will go off to the corner and throw up. Well struck, Malena.
Yeah. she'll do the best friend thing and go over and just kind of like pat your back.
How are you so okay with murder?
Well, I'm not always okay with murder, just the ones who want to murder me.
It's just so much blood. It's just so
Yeah,
much blood.
Yeah, it's
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I think my stomach's empty now. That's all, honey bun. That's all just all gone now.
we'll get you some ginger later.
Thanks. Well struck on Clog there.
You didn't care about
Thanks.
this wolf, right? She like goes and just like moves the
Well-
wolf over.
Kiva, I care about all things. Turns out. So
Oh. You didn't see
It's
anything
alright.
then.
everyone is equal under Saloon's light.
Thanks for the solid, guys. Kiva, Melena, Ungor, Stone.
It was very brave and very foolish of you to go in like that, I guess. But well,
Yeah.
we got there in the end.
Yeah, next time maybe I'll, make sure anybody else can follow me, and that'd be great. Yeah, Stone, sorry for yelling at you earlier today.
Why, so it's all right.
Sometimes we just need to take action, and sometimes we really, really don't need to take action. So we've all learned something today.
I'm glad you're all right. I'll
Yeah,
try
you,
and heal you up a little later.
you seem
Thanks.
pretty beat up. You want me to carry you?
Yes?
And where is your dignity? Come on, you're standing. You can do it. One foot for the other.
Kiva scoops him.
Ooh, I get scooped.
I'm gonna carry you princess style.
Oh. Yeah, D'Angelo Millie Bonk is many things, but shy is not one of them. So he will take the ride when he can get it.
What do you
Now,
think they had here?
well, I was going to say before we head back to Ymir, we should probably have a look around. This guy was he might have some loot or some gold or something around here.
Yes, well, I do remind you from the initial description, you are in a room that appears to be full of crates of stolen provisions. Actually, upon closer inspection, you can see that many of them bear the same logo, which says Lion Shield Costa. It is marked Phandelver, some is marked Neverwinter, but with the same Lion Shield Costa logo on it. Other than that, there is a small chest, seemingly, next to the straw mat where presumably Clark slept. But what would you like to do?
Is
It's a
it
lot of stuff.
Yeah, is it stealing if it's our current employer, but we're reacquiring it to save him?
Maybe it'll
I
be a
think
bonus.
we were doing a lot of goodwill with the people of Phandelver if we returned this to them. Surely.
Well, my question is, we now are. This place is under new goblin-led management. Are they going to be okay with us just taking the things?
Well, let's just try and take it if they have a problem. And well,
It's a lot of stuff, and we can't take it through the crack.
Well, no, but
Yeah.
I think if we walk through, brazen like, then well, they'll have to challenge us, and well, if they want it back, we'll see what happens then.
I will
To
be
be-
right behind you, Ungor.
Well, you should be in front of me. You were in the heavy armor and the big shield.
Right behind you.
I don't like the sound of that. But what's in that chest then? Can we have a look in that?
All right.
Sure. So you open up the chest. It's not locked or anything, and inside it you find a few things. This is a bugbear living in a cave.
It's not
He's
grand master
particularly-
plans or
Sadly not. However, you do find 3 gold pieces, find 110 pieces of silver, 2 actually, Ungo, you'd know what they are. 2 potions of healing. Quite a simple sort of alchemical thing to know. and a strange small jade statuette of a frog who has tiny golden orbs for eyes.
That looks nice.
It's about
there
small enough to fit in your pocket.
A map to a castle.
No.
There's a frog, but no,
No.
there is no map to a castle.
Oh, Ding, here. I'm definitely going to toss one of the healing potions to Ding.
Oh, thanks. What
Right.
is it?
Healing potion. Just chug it down.
Oh,
You'll
fancy.
feel better.
Okay, are we not just gonna, take a nap?
Yeah, I would probably hang on to the healing potion until you need it. It's kind of like an emergency.
Yeah, are we
As-
pressing on today, or?
Oh, as good of friends as we might be now with the goblins, we should free that human first.
Ah, still on the human.
Yeah.
Kiva, what? If that was anyone, surely you would want to be rescued if you were in their position.
I would more likely to rescue the wolves out there. We still can do that if you want. Stone.
I plan on it, but just not yet. We should probably save the human for. Ungor, right behind you. Brazen like. Let's go get our prize.
Right, okay, but let's also. Can we try and take as well? At least I would pick up. I mean, how big are these crates of provisions, Connor? Are they carryable by us?
Yes,
or-
they are carryable. They are somewhat heavy crates. Like carrying one would be a job, if you like. But yeah, they're perfectly carryable by
Okay.
any of you.
That I will also grab a crate if we're gonna look like we own the part here.
Yeah. So these are just general goods. There are no wares or things that would be adventurer approved, I guess.
Sorry, what do you mean by that?
We went through the
Adventure-
chest.
magical weapons, or I
Yeah,
assume
like-
it's just like blacksmithing tools.
Yeah, is it more
So,
like general?
If you pop the
tools
crate off
versus-
one of them, actually, most of this seems to be very mundane resources. It's kind of things like,
Okay.
yeah, it's polished stone and nails and flasks of oil. It's everything that essentially a frontier town would need.
Gotcha.
There's nothing particularly exciting to the imagination in here.
Well, I could make a lot of cool stuff with this, but
What,
don't
with
think
the
that'll
oil,
help
what could you
us.
make with the
For the
oil, Dave?
town.
What would you make with the oil?
with the oil, I could make torches. I could make lanterns. I could make anything you put oil in.
Do you want it?
No. It's I can't carry it home. Where am I going to put this? So unless it's going to be useful to us to get us out of here, let's just keep it in the crate, and we'll give it back to its rightful owner.
Human first. But
Yes.
let's take the stuff. All right, right behind you, Ungor.
Stop saying that, Stone.
Okay. So, what are you planning to do with the crates while you go back and talk to Yubik? Are you going to walk in there carrying
I
them?
think we'll just place them on the ground outside, like the
Leave them in the
hall.
hallway.
Yeah, and then go walk in there and go.
Sure,
get the
you can
human.
leave them next to the stream running through the
Yeah,
cave. Okay.
exactly.
Sure, so we'll say you leave them around this crossroads here.
So, but I guess we're gonna walk down the northern
Yes.
path because we can't get through the crag with them.
So as you walk through the main area of the cave, you notice it's now seemingly completely deserted. The obvious implication would be that those loyal to Clark have heard of his demise from the goblin who ran away and have fled the area. You do still hear noise coming from the Goblin Common room, as it was referred to, where Yimik is, so you can assume that they are still there. But would you like to head down the main area and leave the crates?
Yeah. So I think definitely just leaving them by the stream.
Sure.
and
Okay, so
then
you drop
heading
them
back up,
And then you head back up to where Yimik is. Scar sees you where he's leaning against the wall, heading and he goes, "Oh, hello, everything going to plan?"
Yeah. Did any other goblin come by here?
Yeah, we kind of figured it out because, well, they didn't come by here, but we heard them fleeing with their tails between their legs, so...
Oh, they said they were with the plan.
Well, I imagine they might have said that in order to avoid, the old stabby stab.
Goblin Diplomacy. I'm learning a
That's
lot
the
about
one,
it today.
yes. Yeah. Anyway, Yimik, they've only gone and bloody done Clarkin.
Yeah, we bloody well did. Am I doing this right?
Yeah. Nope. Great job. Keep it up, Stone.
And Yimik, upon hearing this, goes, "Did they now? All right. Well, you want your human? Come and get him."
All right.
Are you heading
I
off?
will go up with Stone as well.
Excuse me, everyone. Pardon me. Excuse me. Yep, coming up here. Do you mind untying him?
So you see, presumably, Sildar, this human, slumped against one of the rocks, barely conscious. He sort of is drifting in and out of consciousness, looking at you. But further into the cave to his right, there also appears to be a young lizard folk female, similarly tied up and unconscious.
Hey, you didn't say that there was another one.
Well, you didn't ask.
Wait, another one?
I thought you might be honest with us. We were doing a big job for you.
I wasn't dishonest. I said I'd give you the human.
We want the lizard folk as well.
Well, we want lunch, so how's that going to work out?
Well, we have rations. Everyone.
True, we have rations. Also, there's some really good horse that's just like back that way that you might be interested in.
Plus clog, you could eat clog as well.
Well, obviously got to eat clog, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, how silly.
It's okay.
So-
It's all right.
All right. You want the lizard one as well? Fine. Give us everything you found in Clog's room. We know he's got some good stuff in there.
Funny enough, we've already brought it to the outside of the room.
Don't.
Okay?
We could have.
We'll trade
Yep.
you it
Just give him the stuff.
for him and the lizard.
Deal.
Kiva's gonna like, no, Kiva's gonna like, before he says deal,
Okay.
hush right over.
Um,
I'm not giving them anything. That's not theirs.
Okay.
It does seem that most of what Clog had actually belongs to the people of Phandelver.
Where did you find it?
In Clog's room.
And that's here, and we live here, so it's ours.
But where did Clog find it?
Don't know, you'd have to ask Clog, but you killed him, so.
But
Okay.
we killed Clog, and so by the rule of Goblin Diplomacy, it is now
Oh.
ours.
Nobody mentioned Goblin Diplomacy. You ain't gonna stab me.
Yeah, Goblin Diplomacy is not what you think it is.
I thought it was how we deal with goblins.
I
think he
mean,
just
how
went
did we
stab in
just
the
deal
back.
with a goblin? We stabbed.
King, I'm gonna put you down right now, right here.
Okay.
Just hang out right here.
I hurt so much.
Oh, just be careful. Kiva's gonna walk up to, which one's the boss?
Yimik, he's standing at the top of the stairs here.
At the top of the stairs. Yeah.
Surrounded.
Yeah. I guess it goes right there.
Well, he would have actually moved to hold on to Slidar or Sildar.
Oh, okay. Well, so he's holding on to the human.
Well, he's like
To be clear,
standing over
like
him,
what?
yeah. To be clear, you wouldn't be able to move through because they're not allies, so you'd be here.
Okay,
The staircase goes up to there if you see.
gotcha. I see the staircase there. Look, we don't have time for this. We gotta go to the castle. Just let us have the two, and we'll be gone. Yes, the castle.
You're gonna go pay the big boss a visit?
We gotta get the dwarf. It could have been Gondor.
Gondor.
Actually,
I love that she can't remember. the
I
name.
literally can't. No, I have
It's
it.
so funny.
I have it written down, but I
Gundren.
didn't.
Gondor.
Gondor.
Grim
It's like all the things
Grimdor.
that help.
He's
Gondor.
Under.
The beacons are lit.
actually, Kiva,
Oh,
that's
great.
a really good point. If we're going to the castle, how are we going to carry all of this stuff?
We already have the cart. We just fill the cart and we do the
Look,
thing.
I'm not interested in your logistical planning. You have
Give
my
us
offer.
the lizard folk. Here, fine.
We
leave all the
keep
stuff here.
everything you found in Clark's room.
What else do we have? We can't leave her here.
Well, why
They're
don't we
gonna
just
eat
take
her.
care of them? I don't understand. Why are we still talking? She takes out her battle axe and just puts it down in front of him.
Excuse me.
Murder today.
What?
You
you
hear
see-
the sound of several short bows being drawn.
Read the room,
I'd
Kiva.
put that away if I was you.
We save ourselves and we save her, and we. And
Ourselves, the human, the lizard folk, and all the items.
No.
And you let us go.
Okay, well, look, in counter to your interesting proposal, no. So, how about you leave all the items, and I want that froggy that Clark had, because I always like that, and you can take these two. I think that's a fair deal. Otherwise, we'll just kill you and have the lot. Because to be honest, you tested my patience, and you've drawn a bloody great battle axe in front of me.
I think Stone will reach out for the first time telepathically to someone not Milena. Hi, Kiva, Stone here.
Oh.
Yeah, no, sorry. We can come back. But we need to save them first.
I don't like leaving the stuff here. They could just...
If they do something with it, they do something with it. It's just stuff. It's not people.
All right, but I get to release the poppers on them later.
That's fine. That's fine. I want those free anyways. We're good. Everything's good. We'll take the deal and give the statue. Who has that? Someone has that.
Give me the froggy.
It's in the chest. We left it in the chest in his room.
Roll deception.
Fuck's sake. 9.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm thinking that you're
Dean's
trying
like
to twist
holding
my
it.
leg.
Dean's just like
I
holding
would-
it here.
I don't think you'll be leaving this room before you give me the froggy.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. We'll take. Help me with the human and the lizard woman, and give him the frog.
I don't have the frog.
I'll just, I guess I have the frog for whatever reason. I'll start walking up. Just be like, you know what? My parents always taught me. It's just things. You can always find more. And I'll hand over the frog.
Well, that's very touching, but only one of us has the frog now.
It's not
Yeah.
theirs.
Right. Okay. Ungor, can you help with Sildar? I'll go get the lizard woman.
Do we know that Sildar yet? We
No,
don't, do
sorry.
You do not.
I don't know his name.
I will take
The
the
guy.
unnamed human.
Wizards,
The
if you're
guy.
listening, Wizards, if you're listening, stop putting NPCs' names as the tokens on Roll20.
Yeah,
Because it's
Or make 'em
really
rollable.
stupid when you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spoilers.
And then
Alright, I
I'll,
will-
Oops.
Go ahead.
I will remove the human's bonds and help him to his feet.
Dan?
Yeah, sure. So, you help this sort of aged human to his feet. And as you do, you notice that he has been beaten and treated very, very poorly for some time. He is alive, but he may not be for long if you don't get him help. And as you go to help the lizard folk up as well, she's in somewhat better condition. She appears to have been almost sedated or knocked unconscious and doesn't look as injured as the other. But you lead them both out of the cave, I'm assuming?
Yeah. And
Gimmick
as soon
lets
as-
you leave.
Yeah, as soon as we're free of it, I definitely want to start medicine checking, doing
Yeah,
the thing
sure
that I
thing.
at least know how to do.
Yeah,
And,
for
like,
the human, roll me a medicine check. Once you're outside, and you kind of prop him up
17.
against a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, you manage to stabilize him for the most part. You do realize, looking over him, that if you hadn't acted fairly quickly, he was going to die because he's just been so poorly treated. But you do manage to stabilize him. You bandage his worst wounds, and you apply some of the poultices you carry with you in your medicine kit, and he appears to now be on the up instead of the down. And that's all you can do for now, really.
Is our cart there still?
Yes.
Okay.
Are all of the goods still
With
inside the car?
goods.
Yeah, from the tracks on the ground, it looks like the other goblins left in a hurry and they weren't really concerned with lugging anything about.
All right.
Well, perhaps we should get these two loaded, and I guess we should head. I mean, we don't know where this castle is, right?
Phandelver first. Get them
Mhm.
settled, and then we can tell the people that they have the stuff and where it is, and they can send others, if not us.
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds good to me.
that's a pretty good plan.
All right, well, as the party make this decision, I think it's a good time to end the first session. So thank you so much for playing. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for watching at home as well. And welcome to Lost Mine of Phandelver. And
The mine is still lost.
the
So
slow...
that was the main. That was it.
That was
we
it.
found it.
Yeah.
It's really a
Wow.
shallow mine.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Doesn't go
chapter
very
2, the slow creeping death of Ding, where we'll be sending the bard into every encounter first.
Yes.
Yep.
And see
And
how
like I
it
said,
goes.
right behind Ungor. All right, I'm just gonna be right behind the wizard.
Lead the way.
But yes, thank you so much for playing, and I guess we'll see you next time. So, time for the traditional Craig goodbye if you've never experienced it before.
I hate the fucking
We all say bye nicely. So you ready, everyone? Bye.
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 And then
Bye.
Craig.
Bye.
Bye.